infrastructure is crumbling this evening as the Nintenbyte Podcast continues its unprecedented rise. In cities across the globe, fans are rioting. The Pentagon has issued a statement describing the Nintenbyte Podcast network as a pixel-based prophecy. Some say the rise was foretold, others say it's just a really good podcast. We're talking twisted nipples, milk, and a sock puppet who doesn't talk.
It's dangerous to go alone. Watch this.
Welcome to the Nintenbyte Podcast, bitch.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the greatest Nintendo podcast ever! Yeah!
Is that a Joy-Con in your pants, or are you just happy to see us?
Shut up! Now feel the power. Everyone, do you feel that?
Oh my god, I feel it!
I feel it too, Gamer. What is it?
It's the power of our podcast.
I feel it!
This is rad, Nintenbyte.
So rad.
Power. Now bask in their glory.
I'm Nintendo Brian. Oh baby.
I'm Thunderstash.
I'm Gamebird Classic.
Nintenbyte rules.
Let's rock.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Nintenbyte Podcast, Season 3, Episode 10, bonus episode, double episode week because we had a Nintendo Direct today, everyone. An interesting one, a partner showcase. One with different news in Japan than in the US, because that's just what happens. Man, it's just the core four for now. We might have Sky Sword Alyssa joining us a little bit later. We'll see. That being said, let's go around the room and introduce everyone. We only got two topics today. First one's the Direct. Second one, I'll leave it as a surprise. We'll see here. Let's go to the Mr. Spice Lord Sock Puppet, Eric Moore.
Yellow. I am wiped, but
You're
glad
here.
to be here.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
You made it. You showed up.
I did.
We got the Gamebird Classic.
How we doing, baby? It's Direct Day. Excited to get into it. Listen, guys, we all stayed up pretty late last night. A little bit better for me. Probably not too bad for Stash Man. We're on the west side, but I can only imagine for you guys. We were up late, man.
What? I didn't fall asleep
Hanging.
until 4:30 a.m. and had to be up 2 hours later. What? That wasn't a thing.
Brutal.
Yeah, I got like 2.5 hours of sleep.
And you left before us. That's
Yeah,
the
right.
scary thing.
That's brutal. Yeah, I slept
Yeah.
great, by the way, guys. Just want to.
Good for you.
Like, yeah, did I fucking had a great night of sleep. Thunderstash Gaming.
Yeah, just making it through the day. Not super productive because I'm pretty tired. But I'm happy to be here to talk about this Direct. I've seen a little bit of the discourse online.
Oh, baby.
Haven't watched any videos. Can't say I really care to hear the opinions, right? I know what I thought about the Direct, which obviously we'll get into, and
Mhm.
I'm interested in what you guys think, but I'm not looking to be swayed one way or another by watching someone's video about how they weren't happy with the Direct.
Or if some of us aren't happy with the Direct, be swayed by the positive videos.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if there are any. I don't think I've seen a single one, but
Yeah, I don't know if there are
there's
any.
probably one out there. There's probably one out there somewhere. I just haven't seen it, not in my feed. That being said, I'm Nintendo Prime, guys. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. We're not going to really worry about people hosting topics because it's just literally pass it around and let us converse about the direct right now. So I'll just get the direct shared here. We can just get that playing for people that, you know, want to see the recap of everything. That being said, look, me and Stash Man, we're already kicking it off. Like this morning, we were live streaming it. We gave some thoughts in. Obviously, we've had all day to sit on this and think more about it, see the world's reaction, as Stash was saying, which everyone seems to be reacting a certain way. And that's okay. Everyone's allowed to have their opinions. So instead, let's start with Gamebird, man. What were your thoughts on this direct overall?
Are we doing just like initial thoughts right now, or are we doing like more of that like deep dive?
Whatever you want. You get deep. There's 4 of us. Get deep with it.
Dive deep.
Let's get deep, baby. I thought this direct was fantastic. I think it was great. Having said that, I could see why this direct might not be for everyone. RPGs are one of my favorite, if not my favorite genre of gaming. So with that out there, this direct opened really strong with a brand new Monster Hunter Stories. Love the art style. It's beautiful. I love the cell shading. Looks really cool. I've played both Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2. I love the combat system. Really fun games. I'm really looking forward to this. I am really bummed because, not even joking, I had this on my bingo card. This was one of the games that I pulled off. This was one of my risky picks. New Monster Hunter Stories. I pulled it off. There's another game in this direct that I pulled off that I'm bummed that I did. But start off really strong. Then strong closing. I put on my bingo card. This was something I really, really wanted, and I predicted. I put new HD 2D game. We didn't get one new HD 2D game. We got 2. That's a huge win for me. So strong opening, strong closing. I think the new Pac-Man remaster looks fantastic. I'm really excited to play that one. Chronos looked really cool from the Blooper team that did Silent Hill 2 remastered, or the remake. So I'm excited to see what that game's about and really check that one out. And then Elliot, is it Elliot? Sorry, it's been a long day. I watched the direct. I went to work. I haven't seen any of the discourse on this, to be honest with you guys.
It's The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales.
The
That's
Millennium
the full
Tales.
title.
Thank you. Really, I downloaded the demo. I got to play like 2 minutes on my break, so I've barely scratched the surface other than hitting A to get through some of the early dialogue. But it seems like people are comparing it to Zelda from the brief stuff I've seen on Twitter. Yeah. That's a huge win for me. But I think this one was solid. And listen, I've seen a few. I haven't watched anyone's videos on it. I don't know what the discourse is, how people are rating it. I have seen some negative comments on Twitter. I've seen like really stupid stuff saying like just another reason not to buy a Switch 2, which I wish they'd elaborate more, because I'm like, it's like it's the full sentence. More games, another reason not to buy Switch 2. Is that like, elaborate on it? Is it you don't want to own a console with great RPGs on it? So that's like that. There's too many RPGs. I don't want a console with like, elaborate it. And if someone writes something like, hey, like, I'm not really into RPGs, I found this direct underwhelming for that reason. New Katamari, by the way, too, which looks like a lot of fun as well. I love the original. Like, that's totally okay. It's not going to be your cup of tea. Trust me, if we got a Call of Duty focus, you guys already know I don't care about Call of Duty at all. So if we got a Call of Duty Switch 2 Center Direct, like, I'd never be like, oh God, just another reason not to own.
You said it to voicemail, right?
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, that stuff's just so silly. It's like, if there's obviously going to be shows that aren't going to have games that you're interested in. I think people need to chill out. I think it's exciting that what this does show us, based on the first announcement of Switch in this, is that we're getting really strong third-party support right out the gate. Like, third parties are hitting the ground running. Yeah, we don't have release date yet for Elden Ring or Final Fantasy VII Remake, but we know they're coming. Oh, another one. Dude, Persona 3. You know, a lot of us predicted that last night. That was, for anyone who didn't play Persona 3, who maybe loved 5 or even Metaphor, Persona 3 is really what put the Persona series on the map. They did Persona 3 Fez, which was phenomenal on the PS2. That's a huge win. Guys, you know I'm a huge Yakuza fan. So I was already like amazed when we got 0 on Switch 2, a Switch 2 edition. We're getting Kiwami and Kiwami 2. That's a massive win. I'm very happy with this partner showcase. Do I think it's an A+? No, but for me, my love of like pixel RPGs and JRPGs in general and some of the third-party offerings here, I'd give this one a B-. I think it was great.
Sweet. Eric.
Yeah. I thought it was a pretty decent direct. I was watching it, watching you guys stream at work. Yeah, it to me though, the biggest complaint that I have is it felt like the pacing was phenomenal, but it felt like it was over in 2 seconds. It feels like they could have easily had a 40-minute direct with what they've announced and then what we have yet to hear. So that was kind of like, I just was like, okay, this is good. Okay. I mean, I'm probably not going to pick up a lot of these games, but hell, they look good. And then all of a sudden it was like, it's over. I'm like, wait a minute. What? Damn. I could use some more. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, it was a decent direct. Do I think it was an A? I mean, no, because I'm not going to pick up probably any of these games. Might be 1 or 2. The Hello Mouse game looks interesting. Might be one that I pick up or look at.
Alex, hella cool.
Yeah, it does. It does. But
Oh my god.
yeah, I mean, I have really no major complaints about it. So I just was hoping for a lot more, to be completely honest. It was too short. That was my biggest complaint. It's just too short. Needed more.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit short. I think what would have maybe been nice to have in here is to get some of those release date confirmations. It would have been nice to see. We know that Hyrule Warriors is coming this winter. Would have been nice to get a little bit more of a deep dive on that one. See some of the new gameplay mechanics, as well as a official release date. Again, I mentioned earlier Elden Ring and Final Fantasy. Those are big ones that we're waiting on release dates for. I think it's obviously we could have had that here. I'm assuming, I think we all were in agreement last night that more directs are coming. This isn't the end. We got a lot of more stuff coming. There's a lot to be excited about. But I agree with that. I do feel like it could have been a little bit longer. I feel like they probably could have squeezed more in here. But for me, I mean, I don't know. The way the show opened and closed was excellent in my opinion for a partner showcase. And I say that with understanding that not everyone likes RPGs, and that's okay. This doesn't have to be the direct for you.
Yeah.
Just like chill out with just another reason why I should never buy a Switch 2. It's like more games. This sucks,
God damn it, I hate that.
Man. This should have just not even happened.
Yeah, right.
Should have just been an email.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, I like the text message. The email or a text.
Yeah.
I actually would be stoked if I got a text message from Nintendo. Hey, guess what? Guess what games are coming to your Switch 2 this year? I'm like, oh shit, that's rad. Oh.
All right, Stash.
Yeah, so I got my list here. Monster Hunter Stories. I think for probably a lot of us, the first thing that stood out was the art style and the color palette, right? Both of those things meshed really well together. Looks very nice. Once Upon a Katamari looks like a great time. One thing that wasn't announced in the US Direct, it was announced in Japan. which again is just another W for fans of HD 2D games, right? RPG fans, which is the Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D getting a free Switch 2 upgrade today,
Oh, hell
available
yeah.
now. So if you own the game, you can upgrade right now.
I was unaware of that.
Yeah, it's in the Japanese.
Good.
That's rad.
Right. Yep.
I literally watched the showcase, jumped to work, and then got off and got ready for the podcast. So that's cool
Nice.
to know. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's a huge win. Very happy about that. Obviously, 1 and 2 are coming out soon here, October 30th. So a few months away. What else? Just Dance, man. You know, they can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Dancing machines, the dancing queens. You know, I've never wanted to just dance, and nothing's changed there. I'm good. I'm gonna
Well,
pass.
you said you don't want to just dance. You want to sing and dance, right?
Yeah, give me that sing game too, so we can do karaoke as well
There we go.
and dance.
Karaoke while dancing.
Oh God, it's a freaking boy band simulator.
Yeah, no shit. God. Oh, okay. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Again, hey, we knew this was coming. Happy for the Dragon Ballers. Plants vs. Zombies, replant it. Again, we knew this was coming. It is a fun game. I will say that. FIFA. Still gonna call it FIFA. You don't get fined for that, do you, Nate?
No.
Okay. All right. So not gonna give me a red card, right?
No.
Right.
You're good.
FIFA, yeah, you know, it's tough to see the frame rate, right, in the video. I think it's gonna be fine though. I think just going based off of what we've seen with WWE and knowing that NBA 2K is gonna be the same version as the PS5, I think we're fine there. Pac-Man World Repack. Pac-Man World 2 Repack. I have the first one. I'll be picking that up. I'm a big Pac-Man fan. We talked
Looks
about this last night. Yeah. Yeah, it's I think it's $29.99, which is how much the last one was. So it's a nice price too. I appreciate that. Final Fantasy Tactics. Look, you know, I already have this pre-ordered. Still excited for it. Gonna sink a lot of hours into that game. Persona 3 Reload. That was on my card. That was on my bingo card. Very excited. Actually, got that one.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, again, like we said, it could have been any Persona. It's just a matter of which one it was going to be. So got lucky there. Age of Imprisonment. Great to see it.
Mhm.
Again, you know, no release date. No big deal. Yeah, there's a plan for everything, right? Said it a million times. There's plenty of games to play.
The release date's probably coming in the actual Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're just getting the gameplay and the look of it out there a little bit more, and then I think the release date will come in the actual Direct.
Yeah, I thought it was a bonus to see it here because I know, obviously, it's Koei Tecmo, but at the same time, you just never know if they're going to leave it out because yes, they are a partner, but it's a Nintendo IP, so it's like really Nintendo could go either way with it, right?
Sure.
And my
Yeah.
mindset was like, we'll probably won't see it that way. If we do see it, it's a nice surprise.
Do you
That
guys
makes
think,
sense.
or Stash in particular, since you're going over your thoughts, do you feel like since we didn't get the release date, this is more likely now a January, February release, or do you think this still could be like a December title? Because I feel like I was expecting a release date in this one. We're probably going to get it in the September Direct if they don't do the Nintendo Today thing for this game. But I've been like, I'm starting to feel like this one might be January, February, and Prime 4 might be the December game, is kind of how I'm feeling now.
Well, I hope they don't put Prime 4 out in December.
Mm-hmm.
That's where games go to die,
Sure.
unless you're Smash Brothers. And Indiana Jones died there last year, and it's a fantastic game. So I hope that doesn't happen. as far as the game, obviously it's got that winter window, which gives them that flexibility to have it in 2025 or 2026. Kirby got rated today.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the, I don't know if it was the PEGI rating or Korean rating board, but the game got rated today, right? And that was a game that I've kind of looked at as a game that could potentially be pushed to early 2026, as well as Age of Imprisonment, right? So now that that's rated, is Age of Imprisonment rated yet? I don't believe I've heard that. So I kind of look at it that way, like, well, Kirby just got rated, and maybe it seems like Kirby's a little bit more likely to make it this year. Maybe Age of Imprisonment does slide into the early 2026, which is why they're keeping that winter window, right?
Sure.
Kind of how I was looking at it. Madden,
Sorry.
It looks
This
like
game.
Hyrule Age of Imprisoment's got a PEGI 12.
okay. So they're both rated. So yeah, they could both come. I think Nintendo will probably look at DK too and how well it's pushing out consoles. I think they're going to want to see what the return's looking like on that. And that could possibly dictate how the release schedule is going to look if they think DK can possibly carry it for the holiday. And obviously, we don't know what's going on with Mario. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Again, Madden, great to see. We'll know how it plays in 2 weeks. Chilling by the fire.
It was nuts.
It's my thought was that it's novel. I feel like it made it into the direct because it utilized a lot of the Switch 2 functionality.
The camera and stuff.
Camera,
And chat.
yeah, the
I
HD
got
Rumble
it, and
2.
We all have to buy it because then that takes our Thursday chat. We can do it in that.
Right. I thought about it.
I want to say really quick, the direct that we're showing right now is coming in a little bit choppy. I just want anyone in the audience who's maybe watching this for the first time with us tonight. These games weren't running choppy like that. I promise you, everything was nice and smooth, except for maybe this game right here, which I think looked. I feel like Outlaws. I don't know what you guys think. I felt like this one was the game that looked a little bit rough.
Yeah. It's tough to tell, Gamebird, because they're pairing it with so many cutscenes.
Right.
Like for example, outside of this today, NBA 2K did their first gameplay reveal, and it was all cutscenes. There's no gameplay here, bro. You know what I'm saying? And same here, like this is 90% cutscenes with a few actual gameplay scenes. Very few. Like this right here, right? That is a short little clip from it looks like actual gameplay, but a lot of this is just cutscenes.
Sure.
So Ubisoft does that though. They do that with Assassin's Creed all the time when they show it off. It's all cutscenes. It's like, come on, bro. We want to see the game. We want to play the game. We don't want to watch the game. Show us how it plays. But yeah, chilling by the fire. So $15 for that. Again, novel use. It's interesting. Do I think it needed as much playtime as it got? Absolutely not. But hey, again, I think it made it in there because they're taking advantage of like all the different things Switch 2 can do, and I think that's why it made it into that. Apex Legends, yeah, August 5th for the new season. I don't play it. Hopefully that works out good for the Apex fans. Yeah, the Hella Mouse game, again, looks hella cool. We'll have to see in 2026. I did think it was interesting that there's multiplayer in there as well. Yeah, I'd like to see how that functionality is.
Part of it.
Yeah. Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2. I thought this was really cool. Again, yeah, like we expect all the Yakuza games, right? We've talked about this on the podcast that all of them are going to make it over to Switch 2. And so, yeah, I own Yakuza Kiwami 1 physically on Switch 1. And it was nice to see that if I, for anyone who owns it, you can upgrade at a discount. And they had the Japanese price for it. So they had the yen, and the conversion for us was like $6 and I think 60 cents. So I don't know how much it's actually going to be because that's a very odd number for US. Maybe it'll be $6.99, but inexpensive upgrade for Switch 2. And I did see that they're going to have a couple of SKUs for it, for physically and digitally. And then there will be a digital bundle to get Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2. Don't know what the price is yet on that, but again, Yakuza games are, obviously amazing. Game Bird, I know you love them, so was hyped for that.
Can I interject? I was a little disappointed, and I only say this because I'm working with Sega on a Yakuza 0 video, for those who don't know. The first time ever playing it. And one of the reasons that I'm really loving this is the English voice acting, and they didn't bring English voice acting to these ones. So I think for people who, and apparently I found out this is actually a really popular opinion. There's a lot of people playing it for the first time that like the English voice acting. I think it's a mistake to bring these ones out right now without putting English voice acting in it. Just my opinion.
It's interesting because I know a lot of people like
prefer the original,
Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess Sega will have to sort that out. Whatever discourse comes with that.
Yeah. I mean, there could be an update in the future too.
Yeah. What I'm hoping. So you guys know I love Yakuza. I think this series is so cool. I hope Switch gets all of them. I want it to get to like the new ones. I feel like 0 to me is like the pinnacle of storytelling in the series, but the story is just amazing from beginning to end, this journey. But the recent mainline games, Infinite Wealth and Like a Dragon, really exploded Yakuza and made it more mainstream. I mean, Infinite Wealth was one of the highest rated games last year. It was in like the average like 93 or something like that. But there's also a spin-off series called Judgment that takes place in the same universe. There's two of them.
Two of them.
They're amazing. They're fantastic games. So I hope this means that those are going to be coming as well. But the interesting thing is we got Yakuza 0, which was a prequel, kind of sets up the story. Then we got Kiwami and Kiwami 2, which are remakes, in the 0 engine of the first two games. But 3, 4, and 5 didn't get Kiwami versions. They're just remasters. So I'm wondering if this is something that as the series grows and we see more landing on the Switch, maybe we'll get a Kiwami 3, 4, and 5. I don't know. That might be a tall order, but it's just something that's interesting to me.
Yeah, totally. I agree, man. I'm excited. Again, I'm glad they're all, going to be here. We have someone backstage right now.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh,
we do. Let's get her in. That's great.
Yeah.
Alyssa Milana.
Couldn't stay away.
What's up?
An addict.
Oh, not much. Yeah, that's right. This game looks interesting to me. This one I was pretty excited about. It's pretty awesome that they have a demo for it too.
Yeah.
I wish more games did demos.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I just downloaded.
I feel like they definitely sell more games that way, honestly.
Yeah.
Yes.
When it carries over too.
I love that. And bring back video game magazines that come with demo discs.
Demo discs.
Or in the case of Switch 2, demo cards.
Yeah.
Rad.
I miss those
I'll
days,
take demo key cards. I don't care. I just want demos.
Right?
All right. Chronos. So this is a game that I've been following since it was pretty much announced. I definitely did not expect it to be coming to Switch 2. So I thought that was really cool. Chronos. Did you see that, Gamebird?
Did I see what? Did I see Chronos? The trailer for Chronos?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks rad.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the coolest little reveals. And if I remember correctly, it's the same team that did the remake of Silent Hill 2,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Team. Yeah, they've been doing some good stuff. So I think that's really exciting.
Yeah, they have. And, they do a lot of like remakes. So it's nice that they're getting an opportunity to like do a fresh IP here. So yeah, excited for that. And that's coming out soon, September 5th. Like that comes out literally like right when we're getting back from PAX. Okay, yeah. So The Adventures of Elliot. Extremely excited for it.
Hell yeah.
Now look, for me, I think this direct's gonna hit different for everybody. But my favorite genre is RPGs. And then if you want to drill down a little bit more, it's JRPGs, right? And then you can probably drill down a little bit more too. And right there is going to be like HD 2D, right? I love the big 3D open world ones, like Final Fantasy VII Remake, Dragon Quest 11S in the 3D mode. Like I love the big open world ones too, but JRPGs specifically, absolutely love them. And I love the HD 2D. So for me, this direct really hit. The Adventures of Elliot, that's a game that I'll pick up day one. Octopath Traveler 0. Day one. I picked up Octopath 1 and Octopath 2, both on day one. So I'll be there to play those games. Very excited for them. Again, yeah, the Star Wars Outlaws, hoping to get that game from Ubisoft so I can check it out. Because I don't want to double dip on it. That's not a game I really want to double dip on. I know Nate does not want to double dip on that either, but I'd love to see how it runs on Switch too and report on it for everybody. Give my kind of thoughts on how everything performs. Borderlands 4 again. We already know about this coming out October 3rd. One of the highlights for me as well. First off, Square really kind of carried this, right?
Totally.
Romancing Saga 2, Revenge of the Seven. That's a Switch 1 game, but the Switch 2 version was announced today. And you can upgrade for $10. So actually, I didn't have it yet on Switch, but I picked it up today physically from Amazon. It's on sale right now. I got it for $29. So I'll essentially get the game for $40, a Switch 2 edition. And I watched some reviews on it, some spoiler-free ones, right? So I can kind of get an idea again. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to play this. So that was exciting because, again, you can get that right now. And then they showed Shinobi, Art of Vengeance. They showed a little bit of it.
Yeah.
This is a game that I'm already picking up. Yeah. Like it's ninja season right now. Obviously, Ninja Gaiden today, which I'll be getting to after I finish the game I was literally playing right before this for review. So I'll probably start that tomorrow. But it's crazy to me to think that in the year 2025, that ninjas are making such a big comeback, right? Like Ninja Gaiden and Shinobi in less than 30 days of each other. Like, what world are we living in?
I know. I part of me wishes we had a 3D Shinobi game coming out this year as well, since we're getting 3D Ninja Gaidens and stuff.
Oh yeah. Not to mention the other Ninja Gaidens. Like, we had the one earlier this year, and then we have 4 coming out in a couple of months. It's like, what is going on? This is wild. Very cool. And then they showed NBA Bounce, which I think this game looks awful. I think it's a disgrace to basketball as a whole, like the sport, not even the NBA. Like it's disgraceful to the NBA to like sign off on this license and to give it to the developer. Outright Games, OG Games, aka Outright Bad Games, dude. First off, it's a complete rip off of NBA Jam, obviously, and we've seen this stunt pulled before. Okay,
NBA
except
Playground.
yeah, and that game sucks. That game sucks, and it's
By the
full
way,
both of them. Both of them are trash. They control horribly. The shooting's terrible on it. No, honestly, I hate those games, and they're filled with microtransactions. They're
Maybe we
filled
could
with
get that team on for an interview sometime on the podcast.
you're wrong.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
Wait, if anyone likes those
Throw
games,
'em.
you're wrong, just so you know.
Oh, I think they're complete crap. So yeah, NBA Bounce Man, dude, that looks horrible. Mascots, really? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, I
That's what
finally
you're
get to play as Bango. What are you
Yeah,
talking
right?
about?
Dude, you could do that in NBA Jam right now. They have all the mascots as secret characters.
I know
Plays the
this.
Sun's gorilla.
I
You
know.
know? Yeah, just like I think it's full price too. I think it's $59.99, which is outrageous
Brutal.
for that trash. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Goodnight Universe and Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Wheat
Damn.
Flower. The full title is Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Wheat Flower Wonderland.
Good lord.
Which one takes the cake? That or The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales?
No. There. What was
They're both
the
6
what?
words. We're gonna
what
have to run a
was the-
character count on it.
Well,
No, what was
say
the
this,
name? Go
on.
ahead. I was just gonna say, what was the name of the remake or remaster of the first Nier game? It was
yeah,
so
yeah.
ridiculous. It was
Yeah.
so wild. I remember
was.
hearing it announced at the Game Awards, and I actually thought it was a joke. I was laughing. I was like, "That's hilarious," and it was the real name.
So
yeah,
what I was gonna say about these names was for the Elliot one, I think it's the start of a new franchise. So you think about it like The Legend of Zelda, The Adventures of Elliot. So like it's the overall name of the series, then a subtitle. So I actually don't mind that because it just reminds me of how Zelda games are named.
I don't mind it either.
It's just the first one.
I like it.
But
I
you
like
probably
it. I
could
like
have
it.
called it The Adventures of Elliot and then then moved on from there. But whatever.
Yeah. So
There's
I think Elliot's rad. He reminds me of like a badass, like almost like a fantasy Carmen Sandiego, but a dude. I think he's awesome.
yeah, it looks
Got, like, the
awesome,
red
dude.
fedora.
So look, out of all these games, right? Okay. And I'll just finish it up with this. Out of all these games, Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D. I'll be doing the upgrade. I will be picking up Pac-Man World Repack. I already have Final Fantasy Tactics pre-ordered. I don't own Persona 3 Reload on PS5 because I knew it was going to come to Switch too. As far back as the time it was announced. Just gut feeling, so I waited. So I'm going to pick it up for Switch. Age of Imprisonment, yeah, I'll get it when it comes out, whenever it does. Yakuza Kiwami, I will be upgrading, and I'll be picking up too. Chronos, I will most likely be picking up, as long as everything performs fine on Switch 2. I will 100% be getting The Adventures of Elliot, Octopath Traveler 0. I already picked up Romancing Saga 2. It'll be here tomorrow from Amazon. I'll be doing the upgrade. I already have Shinobi Art of Vengeance pre-ordered. I'm hoping to get a code for Outlaws, Star Wars, and Borderlands 4. We'll see how it goes. So for me, that's a lot of games that I just named off that I'm going to be playing. And a handful of these I didn't know about, like Elliot, Octopath, Chronos, Yakuza Kiwami 1 and
Monster
2,
Hunter.
1 getting an upgrade, and Romancing Saga 2 getting a Switch 2 upgrade, and then Persona 3 Reload, and Dragon Quest 3 HD 2. So like the point
And Monster
is
Hunter.
yeah, and Monster Hunter. Yeah, thank you. There was a lot of like new stuff announced that I am legit buying. I have a legit interest in, and I'm really happy it was announced. So for me, this was a W. Now, obviously, I understand this ain't gonna hit for everybody, right? But that's life. That's life. Your time will come. Probably at the next direct. Nathaniel,
Yes.
what are your thoughts?
So everyone knows at this point that I really enjoyed the direct, despite a lot of people telling me how wrong I am. It's okay. Everyone's allowed to have different opinions. My favorite comment of the day was someone saying that, of course, you like the direct. You know, you like to suck on Nintendo's big diggling. That's fine. Cool. None of these games are made by Nintendo, so I don't really know what you're talking about. Just to be completely honest, sorry, I like games that aren't by Nintendo. My bad. But yeah, if I like Nintendo games, it's a problem. If I like games that aren't Nintendo, it's a problem. I don't really, I don't really know how to react to something like that. It's like, no, look, obviously, the big thing with this direct is we're in a new generation, and there basically isn't a game out yet besides like maybe Cyberpunk that people feel like we needed a new generation for. Like people still feel like Mario Kart World could have been on Switch 1. They feel like DK Bonanza could have been on Switch 1. It doesn't help that they began on Switch 1. So people are like waiting for that direct that just like proves the power of the system and why we need it. And this obviously wasn't that direct. Right? Like a lot of Switch 1 games, a lot of games on both. The Switch 2 games, like the Campfire game, looks cool. Yeah, only possible on Switch 2 for the camera thing. Because yeah, there's mouse controls, but you could do that with control stick or motion controls. So it's like, the game definitely doesn't look like it needs to be on Switch 2, but that's one way.
It's such a silly line of reasoning, though. It's so silly. First off, we've already seen stuff that we know can't run on Switch on Switch 2. We've seen, dude, look at the screenshots of Final Fantasy VII Remake. They look incredible. We already know that game can't run on Switch 1. Cyberpunk, that's one that we actually have in our hands that looks fantastic that we know can't run on Switch 1. Elden Ring is going to look beautiful and run beautiful on Switch 2.
We hope.
We hope. I'm convinced it will. I believe it will.
Yeah, the footage, the little snippet of footage we have did look a little rough frame rate wise.
You never know. Yeah, like it might be tarnished a little bit.
It could be a little bit of tarnish there.
But I understand that sentiment of we don't have release dates for a lot of Nintendo's games. Fine. Okay, we knew it's a partner direct. So people wanted like big blowouts. They wanted to see Call of Duty. They wanted to see these bigger AAAs that are supposed to be the reason that multi-platform is going to be better on Switch 2. And I think people got to the end of this and they go, multi-platform doesn't feel any different than on Switch 1. These are the same kind of games we got on Switch 1. Like, oh, we got another Octopath Traveler. That's what they ended with. Well, we got 2 of those on Switch 1. Oh, we got Elliot. Well, we had Triangle Strategy on Switch 1. Like, these games don't look like it's just like people don't feel like, and this is just the sentiment I saw, and I understand it, that they just don't feel like this direct proved anything for anyone that we even need a new generation. And I understand that to a point. Here's my thing. The reason I felt the direct was great because there's a bunch of games I'm going to buy and play. That's the bottom line. These games really appeal to me. So I just care about great games. Like Elliot and Octopath Traveler 0 look fantastic. I know I'm day oneing those games. I know I'm going to try to clear my schedule to play them right away. So that's awesome. And that's just some of the examples, I'm probably going to pick up Monster Hunter Stories 3. Probably try to play that one right away if it lines up in my schedule. I literally just pre-ordered Madden 26 right now during the podcast on my Switch 2. I'm going to be playing that on Switch 2. Hopefully I don't have to buy it again on Xbox.
So basically
double dipping. So I'm excited by the direct, but I do understand that sentiment that's out there where people, this is the first direct since the system came out, right? So people put a lot of pressure on this direct, and people don't really feel like that pressure was met with exciting games that make you feel like you have to buy a Switch 1 or Switch 2. Sorry. Yeah, I remember because like people they spent a lot of money to buy a Switch 2, right? The most expensive Nintendo system ever, $450. Got the bundle $500, and they just don't feel like, okay, besides the 2 Nintendo games, if you weren't interested in Cyberpunk, right? Like, not everyone's interested in Cyberpunk. A lot of people are interested in Star Wars Outlaws. They kind of like this direct was a little underwhelming because like most of these games are just on Switch 1. Like I don't need a Switch 2.
I don't know. I feel like that it's a little bit silly, to be honest with you, man. I know that that's what people are saying, but I mean, look at Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It looks fantastic. We know that's coming. We've also had stuff announced already outside of this direct, like Splatoon Raiders. I'm sure that game's going to be awesome. We've got Kirby Air Riders coming. I'm sure that game's going to be awesome. We're getting third-party support that didn't exist. Yes, we're getting stuff like Project Octopath and the HD 2D stuff, which was already there on Switch 1, but we're getting new stuff from third parties that would have never landed on Switch 2. I think that speaks volumes for what the trajectory of third-party titles is going to be throughout this console's journey. This is year one. I mean, is there anything? Can anyone name anything from year one of PS5 where you felt like, oh, this is why I need a PS5? Like this could never exist on PS4. I mean, Demon Souls, to me, that remake was the exclusive. That
So
was
good.
the game
Yeah.
for PS5. Other than that,
Well, the pack-in title.
oh yeah, the
Good
pack.
Lord, that was
yes,
that was amazing.
yeah, that was amazing. I will give it that. But I'm just talking from like announcements because we knew God of War was coming to both. You know, Miles Morales was going to be on both.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff, Horizon as well. Wasn't Horizon on both? Like that whole first year and a half was mostly PS4 and PS5. Like
Ratchet and Clank,
together.
right?
Ratchet and Clank was like the one big exclusive, you know, that was other than Demon Souls in the back end, but
tons of people were complaining when the PS5 came out about what we're talking about right now.
Absolutely.
And I'm over here saying, like, who cares? Who cares if it plays on PS4 as well? Does it play better on PS5? I think so. I'm having a great time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's all about, are we having a good time?
Is it about the graphics, or is it about whether the game is good or not? Like that's the question. What's more important to you? Would you rather a pretty game that's absolute shit, or would you rather something awesome that maybe isn't like a mind blower? I know what I pick every time, and that's like listen, I love pretty games, but sit here and tell me with a straight face that like Ghost of Tsushima on the PS4 Pro didn't look as good as anything from year one of PS5. That game looked equal to anything we saw in that first 12 months. Ghost of Tsushima is beautiful. It's got a beautiful art style, and the game's a lot of fun. So I'm just saying, like, the games are going to get prettier and prettier as time goes on. If that's what people are worried about, that they didn't see anything that was just like, and like, guys, we haven't gotten the real heavy hitters. Wait till we see the next mainline Zelda. Wait till we see the next Monolith game. Wait till we see the next 3D Mario. There's going to be a lot of really great stuff that's impressed us. I think one thing, like Nate, you mentioned this, a lot of the stuff we've seen so far is stuff that's art was originally in development for Nintendo Switch. I think what's exciting about that is knowing that, oh shit, these are like originally Switch 1 games. That means it's only going to get better from here. But sorry, tangent. I just think it's like so silly. It's like, dude, this is the first 12 months. We already got 2 juggernaut titles. We got a brand new mainline Mario Kart. We got a brand new mainline Donkey Kong game that's an open world 3D platformer, first time in over 20 years. And we're for sure going to get a badass direct in September, just a couple months away. We've got killer third-party stuff coming, new exclusives, Hyrule Wars. We got all this cool stuff. It's like, I don't know. People need to
plus we're only like a little over 7 weeks since the console released.
It literally just came out.
Yeah. People got to chill, man. Like, play the games you have. Play all the games in your backlog. If you don't have a backlog, it means you need to widen your gaming palette and play more games, because there's too much out there, man.
All right.
Nathaniel?
As I trigger everyone by mentioning why people are disappointed. The thing is, like, I really enjoyed the direct. I really did. But again, I still understand that sentiment. You know, it's like this direct would have been good if Switch 2 didn't exist. I get it. Like, this isn't a PS5 to PS4. The Switch 2 is supposedly a significant leap over Switch 1. We saw that, actually. One of the games in there for sure is showing that. Star Wars Outlaws obviously won. That's one of those games that people don't tend to care about. That one didn't review well. People didn't have as much fun with it as they hoped. But there's that Age of Calamity, or Age of Imprisonment, sorry. That game looks visually so much superior to any Zelda game on Switch. It's insane.
It's crisp.
Dude, that looks
Yes.
it looks so crispy. And I'm like, damn, okay. Yeah, that's and it's looking smooth. It's running smooth too. Like, I'm not used to Warriors games on Nintendo running smooth. So this is like that. That's the game that I'm like, okay, yeah, we need to switch to for that for sure. So again, my opinion is this direct was about a B for me because there was just a lot of things that appealed to me personally. And honestly, I'm pretty satisfied as a gamer the rest of the year, just looking at the games coming. I mean, just to add additional context, this is going to be in my news video tomorrow, but Kirby got raided. Kirby Air Riders got raided out in Saudi Arabia. And what's really interesting about there is apparently this is just what's being reported. I haven't fact checked it yet, but apparently Saudi Arabia doesn't rate things. Like, they refuse to rate games unless they're complete. So their ratings board literally won't rate your game if it's not a finished game, which is crazy. Maybe it's not that crazy. It's a 2025 game.
Sounds efficient.
Yeah, so like that. I mean, that sounds like an efficient way to rate too. Because if you think about it, like PEGI, ES3, they all rate before the games are done.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
To, like, you slip in like a nudity scene.
Yeah, like what happens, So I do not that the games rated like PEGI 12 are going to suddenly do that, but the point is that, like, apparently Saudi Arabia has much stricter requirements on their ratings. So while this isn't part of the direct, it's kind of like, okay, well, Kirby Air Riders might be the next big game to come out. Like that could be our September game, or maybe it's coming out end of August, and they're just going to drop the date with a big blowout overview trailer or something, right? So I understand all the sentiment for the negativity, because people, if it's going to be a third-party direct, they want to see the big bangers. Like, someone put it in the chat. Shout out to whoever said this in the chat, but it was something about how I don't get how you could enjoy the direct when you guys had such, all these crazy predictions and stuff. And it's like, well, sure, those were crazy predictions. That's what they're for. They're for fun. Mm-hmm. It's not about. I'll give you an example. Those predictions for me, outside of a few of them, they got a little wild. Those were called expected things. A lot of it I expected. So I expected Final Fantasy. I expected Elden Ring. What was so cool is what I expected isn't what happened. And so it actually ended up making it a much more surprising direct. Starting off with Monster Hunter Stories 3, none of us thought that was happening. That's a huge surprise game. Nobody knew about Elliot. Never leaked. Oh, we thought maybe something Octopath Traveler. We didn't know it was going to be a brand new sequel. And the only reason we even thought about that was right before the direct, there was a leak from Bill Kun saying the name of the game, but he didn't know anything about it. So it's like, dude, this is awesome. Like, these are all surprise games. I knew Katamari. No one expected that to be showed up. What we knew about that was that Chronos game.
Yeah.
Like, it was an already announced game, but we had no idea that was coming to Switch 2. And if you go back and look at all the other trailers for the game, this is the best looking trailer for the game. If you go back and look at the other ones for that game that came out, people were really confused about this game. They didn't really understand it. And then today's trailer, like, put it all together for people, even people that have been following the game. And now they're even more excited for it. So I think that this direct was perfect, but when I say perfect, I don't mean like it's an A, but I mean perfect in context to whatever the marketing plan is. Because if Kirby Air Riders really is something that couldn't get rated in Saudi Arabia until it was finished, obviously September, it's just a month away. It's only a month away. We're literally in the last day of July, so it's a month away. It's already August in for half the world. So I think that Nintendo, this all makes sense in context of after the next direct comes. And I know it's always like, oh, you're just putting it off, right? You're just putting, the games will for sure be in the next direct. Well, the games the games that everyone want to see have to be in some event at some point, and I'll remind people that there's a certain event happening in August that Nintendo is participating at this event, and that event is Gamescom. It's possible Nintendo has stuff being shown off at opening night live for Gamescom because they have a massive booth. They're one of the bigger booths at Gamescom. So it's entirely possible that Nintendo has this marketing plan in place, and there's more games, could be third party, we don't know, but there's more games that could be shown off at opening night live that are going to be revealed for Switch 2. And then we get to September. And we get into September, and then there's a Nintendo Direct. Suddenly that's 3 marketing events, 3 months in a row. That's probably going to end up in context to be a very, very good marketing plan. But I know we're projecting out future announcements to say, well, how good was this Direct? Well, I can only speak about how good this Direct is today. And for me, it was a B because there's just so much in this Direct I actually wanted to play. So many surprises that I didn't expect. Even that campfire game, dude, it looks weird. I'd rather all of us be around each other at an actual campfire, like in my backyard, drinking some beers. Just shooting the shit. Our late night chats that we do sometimes after the show feels like that should be a bonfire chat. Out shooting the shit. But we don't have a bonfire. Well, we could all get on the campfire game. So I can kind of see where there's that appeal to that game. As I've rewatched this now, this is the second time it's playing through the whole Direct on the show. Honestly, it's interesting because I watched the beat 'em ups video on this today. He dropped a video because he live streamed it, and then he dropped a video about his impressions on it. And I kind of feel like him. My initial impressions were already pretty good, but I understand some of the concerns. But then he had a kind of a negative reaction to it live. And then as he was making the video, he started realizing, like, dude, I'm going to be playing like all these games. This is not a bad Direct.
Right? Like, I'm buying so many of these games. This is great for me. Yeah. And the thing is that it's not like we're getting these in place of Elden Ring and Final Fantasy VII Remake. Those are still coming. So this is a huge win.
We're getting these and those.
Yeah, we're getting both.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. When I got to the end of his video, I was like, that actually, it's kind of how I feel. Like, the more I watch this and the further I get away from the live portion of it, I like it more and more. And I think it was just, we had these expectations based on rumors and leaks, of course, but also just based on knowing a bunch of games without release dates. And we still don't have those release dates, and it feels weird. But that doesn't mean what was shown was bad. Like, these are awesome games. This is Elliot right here. I'm so excited for this game. The demo, I've already heard people telling me the demo's fantastic. I'm like, sweet. Can't wait.
Yeah.
So, it's a B for me. I don't know. Third-party directs are really hard to get an A for me because it has to be 100% tailored to me, and that pretty much is never going to happen. But, dude, I even like Madden 26. Yeah, I just pre-ordered it on Switch 2. I saw the footage. I finally saw the footage away from the Direct for Switch 2. Dude, I watched that. I watched the Xbox and PlayStation trailer. Yeah, the resolutions are different, but the frame rates are the same. And the graphics look pretty damn close.
Frame rate. Yeah, frame rate where it's at, as we know.
Yeah, the frame rate being the same was like, okay, yes.
Yeah, we want the performance.
Especially in a sports game, competitive games.
Always, nice. Exactly.
Yeah.
This game looks great.
Dude, it's wild. Yeah, like, I know there's going to be people who are going to be like, what a shill, or coping. The Direct sucks. Like, I've been vocal about it on this podcast. I love RPGs. I love pixel RPGs. I've been on a big kick. I'm almost done with I've literally, like, I've sent
you
videos
asked
to
me for recommendations.
Yeah, just asked Stash yesterday for a recommendation on Dragon Quest. I love these kind of games. I bought a bunch of pixel RPGs during that fantastic eShop sale that we had recently. Yeah, like this is just awesome. So people could call me a shill just because I like these kind of games. I'll go on a limb and say not only do I own the Switch 2, but I'm also going to own these games, and I'm going to own them with my own money. I've never received $1 from Nintendo. I've never made $1 making YouTube content. So call me a shill for liking this show. It catered to my interests. And again, like I said, not everyone's going to be interested in it. If we got a direct that was all first-person shooters, that would not be a direct for me. You know, I like some first-person shooters, but it's not like a genre that I'm like super crazy about. I like the RPGs and the adventure games and the platformers and that sort of thing. I like all kinds of games, but you know, if this was Call of Duty, Battlefield, and PUBG, and like Apex, and it just went on like that, or it was a Games of Service Fest
and like Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I would check out.
This would be pretty low tier for me. But I also wouldn't hop into a news article or someone's YouTube video and be like, another reason not to buy the platform.
No, I'd be like, good for you, dude.
I'd be like, yeah, these games weren't my cup of tea. Excited for everyone who likes it.
Cool.
Alyssa,
yeah. What's your deep dive thoughts on this direct? I know you want to talk the Zelda stuff. We'll let you. We'll let you pop off.
And it's okay if you don't like the direct, by the way. You know.
Yeah. I mean,
another reason for you not to buy Switch.
The worst
2,
direct
right?
she's ever seen in her life.
No, I wish there was like one thing that was like kind of like big, like, oh my God, for me personally. But I do really like that there were a lot of things here, pretty much almost everything here was something that we didn't know was coming.
Sure.
And then I'm also like not mad like that there weren't as many things for me. I like that other people got what they wanted. And like Stash said, your time to shine will be like it will come. But I was happy to see Age of Imprisonment. I was a little bummed about no release date, but I'm like, if they need more time, they need more time. I don't want them to rush it out, so I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Do you think was there anything else that you think that you might be interested in trying, like Elliot?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play that demo. That looks like a lot of fun. It reminds me of like Zelda a little bit.
Yeah, that's what people are comparing it to, a top-down Zelda.
Yeah,
so that might be.
I was King Dodongo there at the end. I'm convinced.
That might be a sleeper hit for you. You know.
Yeah. The mouse game Hella, that looks really cool too. And then the multiplayer was really surprising to me. I was like, because it doesn't seem like we really know the premise of the game, like what you're really supposed to do. So I'm curious to see like what you would do with like other people, like what your goal is.
I am too. That was intriguing to me that there was multiplayer and then like seeing some of the footage where like one of the mouses like opens up, I think the doggy door or something, lets another one in, and when it's stealing a cookie, I'm like, what? Like it reminds me of like Entitled Goose Game.
Sure.
I guess you could say you're mousing around.
Yeah, right. It's like that with maybe a little chibi robo, I think.
Yeah.
And then you got platforming elements to it where it's swinging like the mouse is Indiana Jones, and I'm like, what is going on here? This is intriguing, actually.
All giving Stuart Little vibes.
Yes. Yeah.
So I gotta share. I want to share this too because I just remember this. So this is like legit. This is my buddy. He's not a YouTuber. Nintendo consoles are his secondary console. He's a Sony guy first. Let me pull up the text message real quick.
Boo him. Boo that man. No, I'm kidding.
Hold on. So he texts me. This is at 8:41 in the morning. He goes, "Hey man, did you watch?" And I said, "Yep, I was working, so it was pretty short." And then he responds to this: "One of the best partner directs I've watched." Yeah, that was his response. He's also a big RPG guy. He plays a lot of RPGs. So it just goes to show you, like, people are saying it's like ass. Like, there's stuff in here that like people really enjoy. So it's not a win for everyone, but it is a win for a lot of people. And Alyssa, I was going to say, like, you might want to check out. I don't know if you've ever tried out the Monster Hunter store, because I know you love Expedition.
Yeah.
The Monster Hunter story RPGs are really good, and I think there's a demo. I could be wrong. Maybe chat will know. Pretty sure there's a demo for the second one. That's like a 5-hour demo for the second
Oh
game.
wow.
Um,
Okay.
the combat system is badass, and you kind of capture monsters, and the monsters are in your party, and it has like the typing, and you can combine the typing like you do in Expedition to like combo off your attacks. It's a really neat turn-based RPG that also has kind of like this kind of reminds me of Persona 2 in a way, with like the all-out attack where like all your
Okay.
beasts go in for like a super move, but it's really fun and charming.
Yeah,
So that
I'll
might be
definitely look into the
might be one
demo.
to try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, let's get sort of this. I know you want to talk Zelda. Let's just get it going. I'll pull up the trailer, put it on repeat. Let's give you a second. You can start talking. What?
Yeah.
How excited are you for the Zelda game, man?
So I remember like the Tears of the Kingdom hype and thinking like, what is going on with like Zelda? And at the time there were like those rumblings like a playable Zelda, which was most likely Echoes of Wisdom. But I was curious, like, oh, is there a way like we're gonna get to experience this like through Zelda's like her perspective? And like I wasn't like bummed that we didn't in Tears of the Kingdom. It was kind of just like a hope thing. But when I saw this, like I literally the first trailer, I lost it. I cried and I was like shaking. I'm like, I know it's a Warriors game, but like look at this lore. I'm like, I wanted to be Zelda and know what she goes through and all this. Because the Zonai seem very interesting and mysterious to me. And there's just so much like in the past that they didn't really talk about. Let me tell you about the imprisoning war. 4 times. But like I teared up at that part where they like grabbed the spear together because I'm a emotional little baby and I love. So I thought it was cute that they're like working together. And then like Varu and Zelda do like a combo attack together too. I don't know if anybody really cares if Link's in the game. I personally don't. This is like a one like thing that I'm like, I don't care if Link's in this or not. I kind of don't want him to be in a way because it doesn't seem like it would make sense.
It literally wouldn't make sense with Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
I know there's a theory out there about the end of the trailer. I don't because
like Link being in the construct or something.
Yeah, Link being in the construct. I don't think that Manure we know makes constructs, so I don't really think it's to Link himself. There is a really cool thing though that the construct could be. People found this in the trailer. There's a little section of the trailer where Fi's theme or whatever plays.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, "Yo, guys, this is Fi's theme." That was like one of the things that I like perked up.
And I'm like, oh my god, is that like a character that's going to be in here and is in one of the constructs?
Yeah,
that would be sick. That would also bring the connection to Skyward Sword back into play, which would mean maybe it's not a separate timeline. Let's get this going. Let's make this more complex.
I feel like they've been doubling
I looked at like the
down
claws.
on that this game is canon. Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was just saying, I feel like they've been doubling down on that this game is canon.
Yeah, I noticed that they're like the canonically title. I'm like, yes, keep saying it.
They keep saying it. This is what happened when Zelda went back. This is the imprisoning war. I'm like, yes, yes. You're not Age of Calamity and splitting off timeline stuff. Yes, let's go, baby.
I loved Age of Calamity and as a separate story and everything, but for it to like work, I was like, I don't like this split.
And I'm even like,
I enjoyed playing it.
Because of the flashbacks, we know what some of the key moments are. Like we know, yes, the queen's gonna die, right? But dude, look how good this looks visually. I now get to see what it looks like at this level of fidelity when they remake those scenes. Oh, that's gonna be sick. And guess what, guys? When they do all the things, remember how you beat all the dungeons and they have the same cutscene? I bet you that's fixed here. I bet you as that plays out, it's not going to look the same as it did in Tears of the Kingdom. Thank God. Oh, I can't wait because here's the thing. Like when the queen dies eventually, because we know that she gets killed, it's going to be even sadder because we're going to feel even more connected to her now than we already did.
Mm,
Because I bet you her and Zelda are
right.
just like best friends, basically, for a huge chunk of the game.
Well, she kind of like trains Zelda, like
Yeah.
helps her learn her like recall
Yeah, the recall ability and stuff. Yeah.
and her light powers and time power.
Yeah. And there's
I think
new
I'm gonna like.
too. There was a new voice acting in there, like we heard a Gerudo voice
Mhm.
actor. And I'm like, yes. Yeah, they're
I
going
think
all
we might have heard the Rito one too. I can't remember. I went back and watched it like once today. I was really busy
It just
again
makes me
today.
excited. I'm like, dude, yes, this is even more voice acting than was in Tears of the Kingdom. Let's go.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna
Um,
like this game more than Age of Calamity, not
Oh,
just for like
1000%.
not just for like the multiverse reasons, which takes a little bit of the wind out of the sails. Because I love the first Hyrule Warriors. Actually, I love how ridiculous that game is and how it
Yeah.
just
That's
pulls.
why it was so good.
Yeah, that's really what made that game. But with this one, the thing that really killed, I don't know if everyone feels the same, but the thing that killed Age of Calamity for me is the Divine Beast missions. Those missions like that for me, like they're cumbersome and kind of like, I don't know. I just don't have I didn't have fun with them. I want to play as the character on the ground doing my special abilities, just being like the giant thing with the laser and
Oh
spamming
yeah.
the laser button over and over again. It to me is like, I hope this is the only time I have to do this. You know what I mean? But of course, you know, there's a number of those. This one, it looks like there might be some construct stuff, but the construct I imagine is going to be a lot more interesting than the Divine Beast mechanics, where you know you're an on-rail shooter just firing the same laser button over and over again.
I'm just
I'm
kind of
curious.
excited to see Hyrule
Mhm.
before it. Like, is
Yeah.
this before it was built out, or is this after the kingdom was established? So we actually get to see it before it's all wrecked. Be interesting. Because like I've been trying to pay attention to the backgrounds, and I'm not seeing as many damaged buildings, which I think is exciting because we haven't seen this world's Hyrule undamaged before. So that'd be kind of cool. I mean, it's gonna get damaged at some point, but I mean, I think part of the game we'll get to see it undamaged, and I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Like even seeing Hyrule Castle like in its full glory, even for a moment, would be sick.
Oh yeah.
So I can talk about this.
You know what
Me
else
too.
is going to be sick about this game? Is that we're going to get to play as the Tears of the Kingdom Ganondorf. Because if you're a fan of Warriors games, you know this is like a common theme. You finish the campaign and the late game stuff is you playing. If it's Dynasty Wars, it's like the Lu Bu. You play as like the kind of the enemy faction stuff. We obviously got that in the original Hyrule Warriors. I fully expect it here that there's going to be Ganondorf missions in this game. Really cool.
Would be cool to get some like background on him and like why he's so mad.
Mm-hmm.
Like why he doesn't want to join with Hyrule, like Rauru. I'm curious, like when Zelda gets the Master Sword, like how long she hangs on for it, like hangs on to it for. Like if it's pretty soon after, like she, the thing happens, or if like they do something with the sword. Because I was thinking like a little bit like now, what if they use the sword somehow with the construct, and that's why there's Feast theme. But I don't really know why they would do that. But it's just a thought. I'm just curious when the Master Sword will come into play and if it's just kind of there.
Right. It could just be like a nod, like a little Easter eggy nod.
Ooh. What if, I don't know if this has already been, established, but how he gets into the sword. Push it all, or
I think the goddess Hylia created her and then put her in the sword, but
yeah, I mean that's established in Skyward Sword, but
because I wonder, that would also make sense, maybe happen in this kind of in this game here to kind of see that happen.
That would be cool.
because then it brings the Master Sword back.
And Zelda can like understand Fee too. Like she
Mhm.
responds to it.
Mhm.
What if Fee gets a voice actor?
What if Groose is in it?
Groose is actually Ganondorf.
Right.
So they say.
Isn't that a theory? Because he's got the red
Yeah.
hair and the gold eyes, and he's
Yeah,
like the
gold
start
eyes,
of the
yeah.
Gerudo race.
Yeah, they got to do the. He thought I was Ganondorf, and then pulls up the thing. And said it was me, Groose.
Groosendorf.
Groose-dorf.
Yeah.
Groose-dorf. What's I don't know why. I didn't like it when they gave Ganondorf a last name for some reason. It feels off. I forget what his last
It
name
does
is.
feel weird. Isn't it like
Yeah.
Dragmire?
Yeah, Dragmire. Thank you. Ganondorf
Boo.
Dragmire. They should have just kept it Ganondorf. He doesn't need a last name.
No.
It's so
It
weird.
makes him sound really old.
I
Like,
know.
maybe he is really old though. I don't know.
We'll get. Hopefully, we get that. I mean, they did it for Ganondorf. Maybe we'll get a Link last name reveal.
Oh God, please though.
As
He's
long as
just Link.
it's Link, like Mario.
Link.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
So what else?
Yeah. Right. Stash thoughts.
Mm,
I know you gave him a little bit on the review part of it with the thing, but what are you most excited about this game?
to play it.
I mean, yeah.
Are you excited to slash like all the enemies, or are you excited to learn like the lore and the story?
The lore.
Yeah,
The lore.
definitely.
Yeah,
It is
Zelda's
satisfying to slash.
Zelda's part of my DNA. It's been with me since childhood with the NES. It is my most favorite Nintendo IP, right? Very special to me. So I've talked about this before when it comes to movies, right? Movie trailers. When I see a movie trailer, I know if I want to watch the movie pretty quickly to where I don't need to watch the other minute or minute and a half of the trailer. Once I know I want to watch it, I like to turn it off. I don't want to see it. This is kind of how I feel about video games too. I don't like to I guess you could say pick apart trailers and like do deep dives and try to see if I can like uncover anything about it, because I don't want to. Like, I want to wait for that actual day to come and then enjoy it and figure it out for myself then, instead of speculating on it and then thinking about it constantly, because then I don't enjoy what's in front of me.
Nothing beats the surprise.
Yeah, this is just how I operate on a regular basis. So as much as I love seeing this and I think it's great, it looks fantastic, I try not to think too much about it, because when the day does come, yeah, that surprise factor is going to be really nice.
Yeah, Stash, when you talk about, the old days and how much the series means to you, I went and grabbed this is the first video game I ever owned. Right here.
You and me both. The first one. That's the first game I
Very
ever
first game
got.
I ever played in my life. It was a hand-me-down NES. With this cartridge. And I was too young to fully wrap my head around Zelda, but I played it every single day. I died millions of times, had no idea where to go as a kid. But I learned and I got better and got a little farther. And as the years went on, eventually I beat it one day. But it literally helped shape who I am today, at least as far as some of my passions and hobbies.
Me too. I've always said that as well. Yeah, like I've said this in an actual job interview before, and only because the person interviewing me, I know she's a big gamer, but they were talking to me about like my troubleshooting skills within the company and like how I'm able to figure stuff out so well that other people can't. And I kind of smirked. I'm like, to be honest with you, I think it all started with The Legend of Zelda on regular Nintendo. And like it's spiraled ever since then because growing up, I briefly explained that we didn't have strategy guides. Nobody
No.
had knew how to beat this, and you have to troubleshoot constantly in the game. Try new things. If this doesn't work, try that. Try that. Maybe you need to walk away for, an hour, return back to it. Try this, and it's been like that my whole life now.
Yeah.
Like I'm 40. I started playing Zelda. I got it for my 5th birthday, but I started playing that with my brothers in 88. So
Yeah.
37 years it's been a part of me. And I think we owe a lot more to video games than people probably think. That have
Totally.
helped shape us. Not
Dude.
just from an entertainment standpoint, but from a skill set.
I share the same exact sentiment as you. Problem solving, critical thinking. These are things, as silly as it sounds, that Zelda helped teach me growing up. Obviously we grew up at a time where like we started with no internet and then we were introduced to dial-up. But like back then, in the 90s, when you were stuck or before internet, you just kept trying until you figured it out. And maybe you never figured it out. You know what I mean? And then once the internet came along and you were able to realize like, oh wow, people like this is a great source of information, and you needed help on a video game, you were stuck somewhere. It was like a 200, 300 page document that was looked like it was typed with a typewriter. Gamefacts.com. And you'd be scrolling through dozens of pages looking at typewriter style documents, trying to find exactly. And there'd be like the glossary and stuff. And you'd be using the glossary to help navigate. Is that the name of the place I'm at?
You'd be surprised.
It was wild. Now everything's
beneficial
like right
that
at your
is.
fingertips. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you'd be surprised how beneficial something like that even is, where you go on to GameFAQs and you read the old guides, but literally following directions.
Yeah.
And executing.
Well,
and
yeah,
how
we
that
also
actually
used to use
applies to the workforce. You know what I mean?
Well, we used to also use maps to figure out how to go to like a new restaurant.
Yeah.
Remember when
Now
people
look,
pull up maps?
For a large majority of my life, and really still to this day, I refuse to go online. I didn't buy strategy guides. It was not my thing. I remember when I had Ocarina of Time pre-ordered, and they kept trying to upsell me, and I was with my mom. They kept trying to upsell me on strategy guides or strategy guide for the game. So oh, you're probably gonna need it. Like it's Zelda. It's really hard. And I remember I said strategy guides are for pussies, and I said it like with so much like angst, like fuck you, bro. Like I don't fucking need this. Like that was
That's
my attitude
hilarious.
as a teenager, right?
I gotta go grab something because of this conversation. Keep talking. I'll be right
All right. Yeah. So of course my mom looks at me and I don't swear in front of my parents. I'm respectful in that sense, but just like today, like every once in a while, I swear a little bit, and I was offended, right? Because I never want to take the easy way out. I feel like when you do, beating a game is less gratifying. Like rolling the credits when you did it yourself and you didn't have to look anything up. You didn't go online. Like you did it all yourself. You figured it out on your own. It's just more gratifying when you beat a game straight up. You don't use cheat codes. You don't play it on the super easy difficulty. You don't have to play it on the hard one, but you play it on the normal difficulty. I think when you do all those things, it enriches the experience.
For sure.
However, I like that purest experience.
Not to be a pussy, or anything.
Yeah, but you gonna bust out that strategy guide?
I've only bought one strategy guide in my life. I can't believe I still have it. I remember finding it in my closet and being thrilled. And it's relevant to the topic because it is a Zelda strategy guide, not Ocarina of Time, but it's the sequel,
Majora's
my
Mask.
old
Yeah,
Prima Majora's Mask.
I remember
And
seeing that on shelves everywhere.
I beat the game without a strategy guide, but I didn't find every mask in the game, and I had to do it. You know, as a kid, I was like, I love this game so much. Like,
I know.
just being able to if it was any other game, I would have just done it on my own. But with the time mechanics, I just felt like certain hour on a certain day, if I'm not standing in this spot.
I get that.
So it's the one that I get, but I'm kind of glad I have it because I don't know. I remember sifting through this and like that feeling of like, dude, I fucking got them all. I got all the masks and how cool it was. And the art too. Now that like manuals are gone, like some of the
Yes.
amazing art that's in there.
That's something I wanted to say too about strategy guides.
Oops.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
like strategy guides now for different reasons, and it's for the extended lore, right? It's because it acts as an instruction manual on steroids now, right?
Yeah.
And it's for things like that, like the maps too. I have the
Dude, the
Tears of the
maps
Kingdom
are
guide.
amazing, dude. They're all 3D and stuff
Yeah.
for the like. This is so rad.
Oh, speaking of maps, hey, check this out.
This is
Hey,
why I
so-
got it. This is why I got to kick off that show and tell series. And I know Alyssa, you expressed some interest in it as well. I really want to get this going because I think this will be really fun to do.
Definitely.
Okay.
Remember how I told you with Breath of the Wild that I got a custom map printed out and I couldn't find it?
Yeah.
And like I took it to Kinko's, FedEx Kinko's, and it was fun. I was like, I want to do this the old school way with like a map and like a marker. And I couldn't find it, man. And I finally found it. So I just want to show you guys. This was the map that I literally did my whole thing on. But you guys can
That's
see
awesome.
all of my
Yeah.
I don't know if you can. There's so much glare. You see the X's and the circles?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And literally I was like just using this, like as I'm playing it, I got my marker out and I'm like, okay, I'm
That's
like
like-
looking here and I'm looking at the game. It's
That's
like I
like
think I'm in
Dungeons and
proximity.
Dragons style note
Dude, it
taking.
was so much
Love
fun.
that.
So, yeah, no joke. This is really fun. It's very fun to do it this way. Something about it was like extremely gratifying, right? To just figure out where the shrines are with just a map. So
That's rad, dude. I love
yeah,
it.
thanks, man. Nathaniel.
Yeah. So as I was freaking out, I'm like, I didn't want to interrupt anything. You guys had a great combo going. Free Metroid hat just out of nowhere dropped
Yeah.
a 50 bomb.
Yeah.
Just out
man.
of nowhere. And it was Zelda related. So I'm like, what is happening? Zelda Adventure of Link ending theory. Oh, see. Now you're talking to my heartstrings. Be careful here. It's my third favorite Zelda of all time. Theory. What if Ganondorf takes the Master Sword from Zelda and stabs her? Then Rauru has to use one of the Dragon Tears to save her turning her into the Light Dragon from Tears of the Kingdom. Then Zelda uses her new power to help imprison Ganondorf. Okay. And so it's Age of Imprisonment ending, obviously not AOL. I got excited for a second that it was AOL, then I'm like, it's an I now. I get it.
Interesting, but I don't know that it makes sense.
I see. Here's the thing. I like theories.
Me too.
They don't make sense, but then they do make sense if you just keep it. Like if we get Free Metroid had another 50 to explain it more. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure it'll make a lot more sense then.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But that is wow. First off, thanks for the $50 for supporting the show. I do appreciate it. I'm going to do a celebratory shot for that because the fact that I walked away to deal with a Netflix issue with my fiance because she didn't know the login and how to fix it. We just changed our Netflix account over. And yeah, I come back and you guys are still deep talking Zelda. And then this drops. I don't even know what's happening right now. But I appreciate you guys keeping the Zelda conversation going. That makes me very, very happy.
Well, we
even if I
really
missed
couldn't
half
move
of it.
on to the next topic if we wanted to,
Well,
because you knew most of it. So
Well, the next topic can be moved on to whenever, because here's the thing. Are we ready to move on to the next topic? Because I think there's a topic we have to do between this and the next topic.
fair enough.
I think we had a bet going with our bingo boards.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think we need to check in on the bingo boards.
Oh,
I'm
God.
pretty sure.
You gotta check out on the bingo boards. I'm just saying it shouldn't take long just to see what we got right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's based on percentages. Stash made his percentage a lot much harder to hit, but you know, you might have more. You might have a high percentage.
I only got 3 correct, and I would have had 5 had I not moved 2 off my bingo board.
You only got one. Hold on,
got
Eric.
one.
Eric, share yours quick so we can take a look at
I
your
got
board.
one.
Since you say you have
You
one.
got more than one, Eric.
No, I
You got
did
more
not.
than one.
I have
Well,
one.
let's share it.
I'm getting there.
We have to determine.
I'm getting there.
We got to see it together again. Remind ourselves
Share screen.
of who's getting punished at PAX West.
That would be me. 100% me.
I know
Oh,
you.
on the bright side, at least you're gonna look badass at PAX, man.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah, right?
dude, you
Yeah.
might get hit on.
Yeah.
You might find Toadette.
Yeah, you're gonna look totally awesome.
Ah.
Let's see here. I'm looking at the list. Just
have one.
Dance. You got Just
Yeah,
Dance.
there's my one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
you only got one.
Pac-Man collection.
I
If you would've-
told you.
If you would have just left it at Pac-Man, that would have been 2.
No shit, Sherlock.
But you didn't. If you
No
would have just
shit.
left it at Octopath, that would have been 3. But you
I
didn't.
know.
Damn. Yeah.
I told you. I have one.
Yeah. I mean, you guys all have more than one, right?
Yeah,
How many do you
I
have
have-
stashed? Remember, you had 30, so you got to get a percentage higher. You might need 3.
Yeah, I had Persona 3 Reload on the money. Final Fantasy Tactics, Star Wars Outlaws, Borderlands 4.
This is
Four,
mine.
it's 4 right there.
I definitely beat Eric because I have Borderlands 4, Star Wars Outlaws, Age of Imprisonment. That's 3 already. And then there was a for sure 4th one, Madden. Was Hades 2 shown?
No.
no.
I couldn't remember if it made it in the sizzle reel or not. And NBA wasn't shown. That was after, right?
Right.
So yeah. So I still beat Eric. So I don't have to worry about that. And then it sounds like you percentage wise should be above Eric since he's 1 out of 25.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was simple
got-
then. Eric,
I
you got your
got-
ass beat.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got 3. I got Hyrule Warriors, Persona 3, and new HT 2D game.
Wait a second. How many did you have stash? Correct? 3?
4.
4? But you
Yeah.
were 4 out of 30.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That means I had the best card. Percentage wise, 4 out of 25, baby.
So the 2 things I took off my bingo card was Star Wars Outlaws, which was
Mhm.
stupid because I knew it was going to be there. But I made my card before I knew we were going to be doing any bets. So
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
this is
it's
too
like, you know,
boring.
you-
Obviously, Star Wars. I was
It's
like, I got to
any
take a
cards did
chance.
well. It's like
I
any of your cards-
literally replaced Star Wars Outlaws with new Platinum game, which I actually thought that there was a strong chance that something Platinum could be there.
I'm
and then
just
the other
saying,
one-
coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Hey, I didn't lose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
That's all that matters. I didn't lose.
But I'm trying to celebrate the
Yeah.
small victory. I got
Yeah.
the irrelevant victory.
You know what I think we need to do next time?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about this.
Establish
we-
it ahead of time.
That always helps.
Actually,
Always.
look at the games that have been announced and are more than likely going to be shown because
Well,
I did not do any of that.
No,
That's on
no,
you. That's
2
on you.
cards. 2 cards. We have
Okay.
a fun card and we
Yeah.
have a competitive
We're-
card.
Oh, there we
Okay.
go.
Because I
think-
would have
I
I would
think
have put in
Stash just-
Madden. I would have put in 2K. I
think
would have put
Stash
in Just
needs
Dance.
more spaces for all his picks.
Right. No, I would have
I'm
put
kidding,
in
I'm
all
kidding.
that stuff. You know,
Yeah,
like
see, what
yeah.
Stash
the
is
slam
saying is
dunks.
he felt jobbed. Even though
Yeah.
none of us made our card in that way anyway. Literally none of all of our cards were massive wish lists.
Yeah.
well, yeah, I mean, but Madden is gonna be
What?
there.
Yeah, I probably would have put in Madden. I probably would have
And
put
you
in
know Just Dance is gonna
FC,
be there.
and probably Just Dance. I would have put in like all the for sure yearly titles.
Yeah, I totally would have. So I
Just
want to do a competitive card and a fun card.
Generalized, I would have just said Persona anything instead of Persona 4.
Are you
Same,
drinking
yeah.
milk?
Like I put Monster Hunter on my
Muted.
card,
I am.
but I
Well,
put
well,
Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, instead of
So I
something
would
more
have put
general.
Monster Hunter
Oh,
and got, you know what I mean? Like
There we go. Oh,
Guys, look at
I could have got a lot of points.
dude,
we
that
got
is
a milk. We got a milk lover.
is that
I
milk?
do. It is milk.
She's
Oh,
drinking
hell yeah.
milk coming in. Dude, we
Dude,
started a
I
revolution.
got some
Nice
chocolate
cup.
milk. I got some chocolate milk upstairs.
But did you see the cup?
Yes, I did. I was too
yeah.
distracted.
Well, the glass first, then the milk.
Well, I was too
Yeah, okay.
excited by the Tower Through link to know what was in the cup.
Yeah.
You know,
Here's that.
I'm just saying.
Hey, just for S's and G's, let's see if I know they're not part of the bet, but do you still have Alyssa's and Landon's cards?
Oh, sure, of course I do. Do you think I just dump it? I don't
You
even
never know.
Dude, I never.
You barely clean your PC off.
I, no, I barely clear my downloads folder.
Yeah,
I'm
fair
very,
enough.
very bad.
Fair
about
enough.
that. I don't know which one was which. Oh yeah, I do because I had labeled one. All right, so this was Alyssa's. Let's see if she got what she got. Borderlands 4.
Yep.
That's for sure. That's 1, 2. So she beat you, Eric.
Well, yeah. Again,
Madden 3. Tied
There's
with
Persona guy, but I didn't know it. I
Oh,
just put
oh,
Persona.
She might have beat
And
me.
DBZ.
And DVD. She's in first place, so she
Yeah.
was part of the competition.
Yeah.
There's no prize for first place this time, but you know. There you go. There you go. And then
oh yeah, and the free space.
and yeah, and the free space. And then we have Landon.
Yeah,
Check out his Nintendo Lands card right here. Dude, he had Pac-Man World 2
Yes, he
repat
did.
right off the bat. That's
Yeah.
1.
2K. No, that wasn't in there. Nope, never mind.
Glancing here. 2, he had Hyrule Warriors. So he beat Eric already. 3, he had Madden.
Yep.
And 4 with Outlaws.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's he tied with me, I think.
Yep.
There we go. So next time for fun card, competitive card. And if for some reason your for fun card is better, I guess it's whatever card's better.
Yeah, I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
That would be more fun to have a both
Dude,
cards.
I'm gonna show up. I'm showing up with
And
so
the
many
next
cards.
one's probably a general direct too, so it's gonna be a wild,
Mhm.
wild bingo boards we're gonna be making
Mhm.
to try to
Yeah.
be safe and predictable versus what we want to happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna be absolutely crazy. Cool. All right. Next up, this is gonna be an interesting one. Do I have it? I do have it up. Wait, no, that's a different part that we have to supposedly watch too.
He had Titanic queued up by mistake.
Titanic, yeah.
That's still in there. It won't go away.
Trying to be good today. I was trying to be
Is
good.
this what we're gonna be watching, Nate?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna grab my supper.
Yeah, you
there
do
you go.
that. Surprised it's already done next to you,
All right.
to be honest. So if you guys know, we obviously on the show, I my channel, you know, we cover rumors and leaks all the time. But there's this video that was put out today by some rumors we talked about on this show about 6 episodes ago, from a very popular YouTuber named Beat 'em Ups. And he made them up. I mean, we knew they weren't true at this point. We knew this yesterday. He put out a video. Now, I had a video published on this responding. I took it down, and I'll explain why maybe later. Maybe not even tonight. Maybe next week or on a future live stream. I'll explain why I took the video down. But I am curious what everyone's reactions are to this, because this deals with the entire culture of leaks and rumors, which is something we definitely cover on this show quite a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play, and you guys just tell me when to pause, basically, like when you want to interject and get some commentary in. Otherwise, we'll just kind of let it play through. Let me get it set up here.
Should we wait for
Yeah, we're
wait
gonna
for Stash to get back?
No, Stash could just kidding, Stash could
He's
that far.
back.
He's already back. Look at that. I don't even have,
What's he
I don't have it
got?
up yet.
Oh,
Stash, what are you eating?
God. Yeah, look,
Now he asked.
that looks good. What is it?
What are you eating?
A stuffed pepper
Oh,
Yummy.
with rice and cheese and pepper, or some pepper mix, and then like I
Every
think
time.
chicken sausage.
Every
Very nice.
Some healthy
Dude,
chicken
every time.
sausage. Yeah.
What kind of pepper?
Wait, what
The
just
bell
happened?
pepper.
Bell pepper.
Okay.
Dude, did we just get another 50?
An orange one for the Suns.
Why is it not start? There it is. Oh my gosh, we gotta show the other 50 quick. Sorry. Harkun did it as well. Well, 5,000 yen. It's not quite 50, but you know, it's still a pink one here. B- direct for me, but we also got 2 very good demos. I encourage everyone to play Elioth and Shinobi. Also 60 FPS patch for Dragon Quest 3 Remake. Yep, we talked about that a bit. You just pulled the trigger. Last but not least, next direct, people will complain that it's too predictable and boring.
Right?
Probably. All right, let's go ahead. So, Stash, I was bringing this up before. I'm going to hit play on this. I'm not going to commentate much on it because I made a video and that I just took down, and there's some additional stuff I got to examine here. But you guys let me know when you want to pause and get comments in on what Beat 'em Ups is saying about what he did that we also discussed on this podcast 6 weeks ago, right? We talked about his rumors and stuff back then. So let's hit play, and you guys let me know when you want to get some commentary in. Otherwise, we'll just let it go.
I can't tell you how I know. Do with this information what you will. There's going to be a Nintendo Direct next month. It's going to tease a card, Animal Crossing, coming out in 2026.
People are going to lose their minds, 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 lose their minds.
This Nintendo Direct leak took over the internet. It was shared across Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, all over the gaming news world. But here's the problem. I made it up.
Popular YouTuber of Beat 'em Ups on his podcast where he said this last month.
There's going to be a Nintendo Direct next month.
Beat 'em Ups believes a direct will be in July.
Known for his channel Beat 'em Ups and also host of the Nintendo Podcast,
said that he had an unidentified source that says there will be a Nintendo Direct.
Woods is not usually a leaker, so this is spicy.
Big Nintendo Direct in July.
And he's not typically a person to like put out leaks and rumors.
Woods said that he had a source.
Hopefully Beat 'em Ups is completely telling us good info.
A very well trusted YouTuber, Wood from Beat 'em Ups,
where a YouTuber came out and said
a new game in the popular Animal Crossing franchise.
A YouTuber said that there's a potential leak for new Animal Crossing.
He doesn't do this. So why is he doing it now? Well, he must be fairly confident.
And I honestly can't see why they would lie about this at all.
Is this legit?
Do you believe him or do you not believe him?
I really hope this turns out to be true. So we will see if he's correct or not.
But I want you to know right now that if you are wrong about this, if you have gotten my hopes up,
he might actually get Beat 'em Ups online if we don't get anything that happens this week.
I just can't see why Beat 'em Ups would lie about this.
I will hire every single Etsy which I can to put a curse upon you.
And for Wood's sake,
oh my God,
right, your life is going to be ruined.
Right?
Jesus.
I hate gaming leaks. They ruin surprises, they spoil moments that we love, and I've always been curious, how do fake leaks get so much traction? Like, how does something so clearly fake go viral? We live in a culture of constant Nintendo Direct rumors, manufactured excitement, and clickbait YouTube titles. Hey, so I had a thought, what if I leaked huge gaming news? If I followed the spread of that leak, attract its momentum, and then the ripple effects, could I conduct an experiment to find a way to stop fake leaks once and for all? But there was one problem. I am not an industry insider. I don't have any leaks. I am just a YouTuber. So, you know, in a way, I kind of had to lie. There's going to be a Nintendo Direct next month in July. Metaphor. We're going to get GameCube. I heard it was Pokemon Death Coliseum Stranding Director's Cut S. Witcher 3 Nintendo Switch 2 Metroids. I heard Isabelle's going to show up and it's going to tease a card, Animal Crossing, coming out in 2026. Sorry about that. I actually am very, very sorry about that. I didn't really think of this through at all. I'll be completely honest. I'll go off script and let you know right now that I regret doing this whole thing. I am proud of how this video has turned out and what I learned, but I kind of wish I didn't do it because I did not expect the reaction that I got, and I feel incredibly guilty, and I am very sorry. But I did it, so let's talk about it. I can't tell you how I know.
Yeah. Pause for a second. I don't I mean, to a certain extent, I don't know how you don't see that coming. Holy Christ.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nearly 2 million subscriber YouTube channel.
Right. I mean,
So-
the backlash, I mean, you just made something up. I mean, he goes in. I know I've listened to this a little bit with you going over your video and stuff, and I know he goes into a little bit of some of the stuff of psychology and stuff like that. But it's like I still don't know how you can't see that a backlash coming. Once it comes out that you're lying, and that was what I was holy shitting about. You just saw it.
I'm holy
Yep.
shitting.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Pretty much right half. He's like, hold up, beat 'em ups. Stop talking for a moment. Zelda has a tear at the beginning of the first Age of Imprisonment trailer. I think they use it to save her life when the queen is dying, and Zelda is impaled by the Master Sword, and Rauru saves Zelda with the tear getting the queen die. That's why Ganon gets the idea to eat the tear in Tears of the Kingdom. Thoughts? Sky Sword.
Let me process. It's late.
Yeah. It's a complex theory. I'm liking it.
Yeah, I know.
Still processing.
Mm-hmm.
I like the theory.
I am like, I've always wondered, I'm like, how does he know what happens if he eats the tear? I've always wondered that. But he does seem like he keeps like a close eye on Rauru, and he tries to do the whole fake, like, my brain isn't working anymore.
See, my thought process was kind of like what Eric said. He was getting his ass kicked. It wasn't going well. So he's like, fuck it. YOLO. See what happens. I'm losing anyways. Fuck it.
What happens if I eat this?
I mean, how does anything edible get discovered as edible? Screw it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I was thinking about that with eggs. Like the first person to like see an egg come out of a chicken and like
Yep.
I wonder what that tastes
curiosity.
Right.
Huh.
If I cook it.
That white thing just came out of that chicken's ass. What if I fry it and eat it? Yeah.
What if I pull on this cow's tit and then
Oh my
God. Dude, what is wrong with these people?
Started as a reaction, and we're talking
right.
about cow tits now.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Back to the
Yeah.
back to the video. Oh,
I
you
just
have more to
don't
say?
know. No, I just don't understand how, to a certain extent, I could see if half and half. You have to know you're going to get some sort of backlash from it. The severity of it, sure, I guess you might not see that coming, but you have to know you're going to get some sort of backlash when you come out and say, yeah, I just made this all up just for S's and G's. Basically.
Well, he didn't really do it for shits and giggles, though. He had a purpose to what he was doing. He regretted it a few days later after what it was becoming. I think he notes that in the video at some point here, but it wasn't just for shits and giggles. I mean, he stated quite plainly he wanted to find a way to stop leaks and rumors from spreading. And he thought this could be a way to maybe destroy the whole premise by him being this big YouTuber that puts a fake one out there that would make people stop talking about leaks and rumors. Although I don't think that's how he concludes. But that was the premise, I think, was his idea based on what he says in the video.
Yeah, I'm interested to see more of this. Right now, just based on the start, I mean, I don't see it as a bit. I gotta watch more. I gotta see like the context and stuff. Like just looking at it as like a fun social experiment, like a prank type of thing. I see a little bit of humor in that. It makes me instantly think of like when Joaquin Phoenix acted like, like he just went off, like he was out of his tree and stuff when he was talking about being a hip hop artist and with the big beard, and everyone's like, oh, Joaquin Phoenix lost his mind. Joaquin Phoenix is crazy. But it was just like, it was literally just a social experiment and he was playing a character the whole time. I thought that was pretty cool. We'll see where this goes. So not that I think like lying to everyone is cool, but I find it interesting so far, if that makes sense.
All right, let's play.
Do with this information what you will. I worded what I said on the podcast very carefully. I didn't say where my information came from. I didn't even say how I knew. I said quite literally, I can't tell you how I know. And I said that on purpose for two reasons.
Again,
one, I wanted
2 seconds here. Sorry. Again, that doesn't help your case because you aren't going to be able to give up your sources anyways. So to me, that actually makes it a little bit more believable because when you get sources, you can't give them up. So that part right there is like, it just makes no sense to me. It's like, you're not going to give up your sources. So that, you know, I don't know. To me, that's just like, whatever. Sure.
I will just say this. The wording, and I think he was trying to be very careful in a way because he's not someone that pays attention a lot to rumors and leaks. And I can just say this from watching his podcast. When the few times he has talked about it, he really doesn't even know what's going on with them. It's very not even surface level. Sometimes he just, when he talks about it, he's just getting the rumor and leak wrong because he just doesn't care about it. And which is fine. There's nothing actually wrong with being against rumors and leaks and anti that and not paying attention. But he might not be aware that like what he said is basically how legit insiders say that.
Right.
Like, you know, when people ask Nate the hate, he's like, do you expect me to just tell you who told me?
Right. People can lose their jobs with this.
You know? So that's one of those things where it's kind of like maybe that wasn't thought all the way out at the time.
Yes.
But he also probably just didn't know.
Right. But yeah, I just had to throw that out there. It's like, this is how actual leakers say it because you're not going to give up your sources. So
all right, let's get back to it.
People's imaginations to run wild. I wanted to know how the media would interpret that if it did go viral. And two, I was lying. So I don't know how much of that is true. That's everything I heard. And I never get information. And I know what some people are going to say. Some people are going to say, oh, sure, now it's some big social experiment. Now you're trying to help stop leaks. You know, all of a sudden, you know, if I was smart, I would have immediately after the podcast pre-recorded something saying like, oh, this is my intention, you know, so that now when making this video, I could show that clip to prove that that actually was what I was planning on doing the whole time. But, you know, too bad I didn't do I just did an episode of my podcast. And on that podcast, I told everybody that I knew about a Nintendo Direct that's coming next month in July. I was lying.
You were lying?
I was lying. Yeah. I just wanted to see if I gave a bunch of crazy leaks, like I had information and I buried it within a podcast, if anybody online would pick it up. Like if anybody tweets about it, if any articles are made,
headlines.
you know, YouTuber beat 'em ups, 2 million subs, leaks, or says he has insider info. Witcher 3 Nintendo Switch 2 edition is coming soon.
Also,
Animal Crossing reveal on the horizon.
I think we're gonna get it.
If I can data mine any of the info to stop leaks in the future, I'm going to then release this so you know that I didn't know and that I was just making it up. I'm sorry for the lie itself. I really am. Specifically to the people that listen to my podcast, who I feel the most guilt for. But if you'll stick with me, I actually did learn a lot about how leaks spread, why people believe leaks, and more importantly, I actually think I've come up with some answers on how we can stop the spread of leaks, specifically fake leaks and misinformation moving forward. Because if you can believe it, this silly little experiment worked. I've made a huge mistake. I have actually been I've been shitting myself the last few days. I've made a huge mistake because so many places have reported on this leak. I should have made like a fake account. Why did I do? I start freaking out here and rambling for a while about how much I regret doing this. So let's just... This all started the very next day after the podcast. I got the first message from my friend RGT85, who messaged me to say, go on.
He said, go on July Direct, but I don't want to give away the game. So I said, how'd you hear about that? Your podcast is making the rounds. Is your source legit or what? That's fine. What do you mean making the rounds? It was this Reddit thread on gaming leaks and rumors. Popular Nintendo YouTuber beat 'em ups. What did I do? Claims there will be a Nintendo Direct next month. They linked the podcast, which I actually really appreciate that. And then the list of what I leaked. Oh boy, I feel my heart racing looking at this. To start with, I want to say I'm sorry to everybody that had to read this. It just consumed their time for no reason. I really am sorry. I'm doing it for a good reason, I thought. I can't decide if it was, I'm changing my mind. I start freaking out again here for a while, so how about we just jump back to present day? This Reddit thread was the catalyst to the entire leak going viral. Someone just posting a thread summarizing what I said. And it's so interesting because what they did is they made it look like every other leak you see on Reddit and 4chan or Twitter. When you see those dot points and then occasionally you're given a source alongside it, it's exactly what a leak looks like. It's, I guess, the traditional format in all of this. My podcast clip itself isn't what went viral. In fact, the views on that episode are only slightly higher than a normal episode of the podcast. It was the Reddit thread that went viral. That Reddit thread then found its way to Twitter. This came from Stealth40K, which has 500,000 views now and 5,000 likes. We have our first Nintendo Direct rumor for July from Beat 'em Ups. Just a little bit of context of what I actually said, which I kind of appreciate the reporting there. But then again, sharing the snapshot of the Reddit, which is the thing that's making this look like an actual leak. It's on our gaming leaks now. So it seems like, well, it doesn't seem like I leaked it. I did it in a video. It's just, I feel like this is the first step of seeing context being removed. Never heard of him? Why don't we let it happen instead of listening to these random nobodies? I'm actually with you. I know that sounds mean. I'm actually on board. But he's like one of the biggest Nintendo YouTubers. Oh, it's that guy. I knew his face, just not the name. Well, still, I think it's a stupid leak train that needs to stop. No, I'm with you, Matthew. I'm actually with you, Matthew. I hope when you see this video, you appreciate what I'm trying to do here, because this nobody is about to not be nobody of yours. We're going to be buddies, is what I'm saying. From Reddit to Twitter, it then spread to gaming news articles. And let me tell you, in my illustrious career, I've only ever made gaming news articles maybe one other time, and it was when
I think this is definitely interesting so far. I think part of it that's like missing in some of the messaging is, yeah, like a lie could spread like wildfire, but not just anyone could do that. If I went on my channel and said, we have a direct coming and around this time, this is what's going to be there, I have a source, I can't say how I know that. However he phrased it. I can't tell you how I know that. This would not have happened. There's no way this would have happened. The fact that he's one of the biggest channels, that's him mentioning like I should have made a fake account for this. I don't think any of this would have happened if he made a fake account. You know, look at how skeptical people are with, like, you know, you hear names like Nash Weedle or Samus Hunter or anyone else who pops up. Him being the biggest Nintendo channel out there, Nintendo only channel out there, is the reason why this spread like wildfire, regardless of the fact that it was the Reddit post or the forum post that exploded and not the podcast video. But this also is like, this is like with anything and everything. It's not just like game leaks. People, you know, it's like playing a game of like telephone. You know, you tell a story to someone, the story gets told a little differently to the next person, then the next person, then the next person.
It's like a rumor.
Yeah.
That's what happens with rumors. And the thing is, I find it interesting when he said like this is the point of where like the context goes missing. I'm like, I don't know. Stealth said it was from you and he linked to your podcast. It's just, when people, the reason the Reddit was the one that got referenced a lot is because people don't want to watch the whole podcast to find the segment you're talking about it. When the summary provides the information that people wanted to know about the rumor, that you said a Deluxe from July and these are the games. But the problem, obviously, and this is something that I've always talked about with the way that other people sometimes cover rumors and leaks, and I'm not going to name anyone, is that I've talked about this a lot, that context is important. And if you just post the Reddit thing, well, there's a clear link to where it came from, and you didn't go look at what was said, you could be missing context about it. Like in my video, when I covered this, I put the full clips of what Beat 'em Up said. I clipped it right from the podcast. I did the full, there's like 2 big clips I took from the podcast about what he said. So people knew exactly how he phrased it, what he said about it, his skepticism that he threw in there at one point about the games, how he's not sure if he believes it. I made sure that was all out there in my video when I covered it. And I know a lot of other videos just did the Reddit post and just said, well, Beat 'em Up said this and this, and this. And it's like, well, I've always been a big person that context matters. And I think that's just part of the research. So I'm not trying to like toot my own horn. I'm trying to say that this is something I do think people that cover this stuff could do better, is make sure you're going all the way to like the content creators, make sure you're going all the way to the original source and getting that full context. I don't think that's ever going to happen like on Twitter, where that's like quick stuff. But the content creators, definitely, there's no excuse to not go look at the podcast, see what was actually said, and provide. We're making videos. Put the clip in. Don't use the Reddit thread. Put what he actually said. Just put it in the video.
Well, we showed the clip on our podcast too, and if I remember correctly, didn't he say something like, I'm not sure if it's true, something along those lines?
We showed it on the podcast. Yeah, he said that
I
about
remember we showed it on the podcast.
He said, I can't say how I know, but there's a direct next month. Okay. And then when he got to the game part and he said all 5 games, then he got to the end of that and he was like, I'm not sure about this. He put his own doubt on it, which is important context. That was the context of, well, if he has a source, maybe this is a separate one from the direct and he's not confident in it. Like, maybe don't take the game so serious. It doesn't change the context that in the end, it was all just one big lie. But it's still one of those things where at least I've had this complaint about, I hate complaining about it because one of the things that I feel like separates my content is I give the context. Like when people talk about, oh, you really had a 21-minute video about 4 things. I'm like, well, yeah, because I went in deep and provided the context for the story, not just the headline. I think that's important. So people who care fully understand the rumor or fully understand the news reporter. Like if there's a new game that just got announced, or is there context behind that game and how it got to this announcement? Like, was it announced somewhere else first? Like Silksong, there's a whole story to tell there when we finally get the release date.
Sure.
And I'll probably provide that context of how it bounced around. It was supposed to come up within 12 months of the Xbox. And I think that's important to go over that history. So, yeah, I kind of wish more creators would do it, but then again, that's also, I think, something that makes my content a little bit different than some other news creators.
For sure.
So maybe don't do it.
I mean, people definitely don't do it, but I mean, this is interesting so far. Right now, we'll see how everything plays out. Right now, I don't really have a problem with what he's done so far. I'll see how the video plays out. I can dive into that like when we wrap it up. But so far, I actually don't have an issue with it. But I'm ready to continue. I'll formulate my thoughts more as it goes on.
I took a pair of metal pliers to a Switch battery.
That was a bad idea. I remember that.
What I'm saying is, it's not the easiest thing to have happen. Pretty much game over for this guy. Nintendo Direct set for July. It's claimed this is on Insider Gaming. There have been a few murmurs about a Direct coming soon, and those murmurs have intensified. This is a spoiler warning as the leak revealed potential new games coming to Switch 2. If you don't want to know anything about the rumored games, it's nice they put a spoiler warning. For the stuff I made up, this article actually goes into what I said and that I wasn't sure completely. I like that this one used insider claims. In the episode, Wood claimed he had an insider knowledge. Oh, did I? Yeah, did I say insider knowledge? I don't know if I said insider knowledge. I did not. This is what I said.
I can't tell you how I know. So did this article just make that up? Though he stayed tight-lipped about his source. So do you remember?
I will say one thing there. The article does say something, insider sources. I don't know that I would have used that phrasing, of course. I don't think that title phrasing is correct. But saying insider knowledge, well, you claimed you knew something, which you could only know with insider knowledge. It's a natural, logical leap that you would only say this if you had insider knowledge. And no one would presume you're just lying about it, But as long as it's presented as a rumor, that's kind of like the big thing. Because you didn't provide any proof or anything. It's a rumor. So the title I do think was a little much. But this happens, sensationalism.
But earlier in the video when I said this, I didn't even say how I knew. I said quite literally, I can't tell you how I know. And I said that on purpose. I wanted to know how the media would interpret that if it did go viral. And interpret that the Gaming Post did, because now apparently I have insider knowledge. And even more interestingly to me, they titled this article Insider Claims a Nintendo Direct is Coming. So do I have insider knowledge or am I the insider? I mean, neither of those things are true. I'm not really an insider. And I never said who gave me the information. So suddenly, as this whisper game goes on, my fake leak is getting more and more fake legitimacy as it spirals further out of control. But then it was the final boss of it all. YouTube reactors, Player Essence, Robo-Rob Gaming, Crossing Channel, Nintendo Direct in July leaks from Mossy J, X-Rays, Ike Reviews, Nintendude, Switch Force. I actually think Nintendo Prime was the first person to jump on it.
Well, it looks like we may not have to wait long as we have a rumor from somebody who is not someone that you would expect to hear anything from. The largest Nintendo content creator in the world that focuses just on Nintendo. He doesn't do this. I want to note, I made this video, I believe, either the same day as the Direct or just that. It was before the Reddit thread existed. The Reddit thread
I gotta get
while I was making it.
I gotta give you a shout out, man, on this because
For wearing the same shit.
there's a lot of people who are hustling and busting their ass on the platform, and the fact that you were the first one, regardless of the fact that it was a lie, being the first one here, the first one reporting on it authentically, having your sources and going into it. That's tough work, man, to be on it fast. So I'm giving you a shout out, regardless of the fact that you were.
Shout out to my community because
swindled, brother.
They were the ones that turned me on. My community is the one who told me about it. It wasn't me that discovered it. My community was like, dude, this is just happening right now on his podcast. I'm like, wait, what? No, wait, he doesn't leak anything. No. This isn't a Nate the Hate podcast. Then I go look and I'm like, oh, well, he did say it. All right. Well, I'm just downloading the show and getting some clips and putting it in my. By the way, this 36-minute video, this is a big news video. There's a lot of news. This isn't the only story in it. So, anyways. So why is he doing it now? Well, he must be fairly confident in the information that he's got his hands on.
At this point, the first one comes here from Beat 'em Ups over on the Nintendo Podcast.
Oh God, what have I done?
It's interesting that he said this because he has apparently an insider information.
I never said that.
On the Nintendo podcast, said that he had an unidentified source.
I did not say that.
Wood said that he had a source.
No, I didn't. Why?
He says he can't spill how he knows, but he's confident.
I said I wasn't confident. I'm skeptical. Don't take my word for it.
Apparently, Nintendo is going to have a big Nintendo Direct in July.
Okay, that I did say. I did say that.
And his podcast partner was like, "Oh yeah, he believed it as well." So, and then
I want to stress this. Bingle is not part of this. Please don't rope him in like he was part of the lie. He had no idea. This is all me. He had no idea. That man is not going down with me for this. 2026.
People are going to lose their minds.
Boom! AC that early.
If he's wrong, I will beat him up. Honestly, you get one free punch.
We have our first Nintendo Direct rumor for the month of July.
Oh, this one's sad. Crossing Channel. Oh, it's all about Animal Crossing. Oh, Oh, it's so wholesome, and they just got so excited that I said Animal Crossing.
Suggest we will.
Nintendo, please announce Animal Crossing next month.
But this one might have a little bit more credibility
For
than
crying out loud.
what we've seen in.
I don't even want to hit play. I can't even. I'm not even looking. He's not even on camera, and I can't look.
Another Nintendo YouTuber, one that I actually follow. They've made a lot of really interesting content. And I honestly can't see why they would lie about this at all. They have nearly 2 million subscribers. They really have no need to get the clout or whatever, like a lot of leakers do. And they suggest that we will be seeing a direct in July.
Crossing channel, I love you. I am so sorry.
Hello, guys. Today about the.
You can do a second take.
I mean, you can do it. You don't have to cough.
I've been looking at all of this for an hour. I can't do it anymore. But this had gone so viral. People were tweeting about the leak and not even mentioning me. 200,000 views and 4,000 likes. Now, okay, the source is linked in the description, but that only has 10,000 views, which means most people didn't see that. And that's when I realized I wasn't even needed anymore. Another one here, one from Obi Plays. Again, just sharing like the rumor itself and not the source. At this point, today and yesterday has turned into just, here are the rumors, here are the leaks, here's what's happening, with no accreditation to whoever it is that's leaking it. So now the leak has a life of its own. Now it's just escalating. At first, when I started this experiment, I was worried. I thought, oh, I've tainted this. How did I not realize that of course my leak was going to go viral because it's me. This isn't some random anonymous person leaking something on 4chan somewhere. This is Wood from Beat 'em Ups leaking it on his podcast. Of course people were going to believe me. I'm the Nintendo guy. I thought me being the one to leak it would ruin the experiment in that way. But it was at this point, when I was seeing tweets being spread around not even mentioning me, that I realized the leak at this point is spreading without me anyway. That meant that the variable of me was removed. And that is where this experiment can finally begin. Why did people believe me? Even people who didn't know me. I can barely see that. That's better. On these videos or tweets where people don't credit or source me at all, there is so many comments from people excited about the leak, fully ready to believe. To them, this was becoming real. I guess if the rumor or leak just sounded believable, that was enough for some people. Maybe it aligned with what they hoped was true, making them more willing to trust that it was. It didn't matter if it was real. People were running with it anyway. So I went to work getting my PhD in Google. And it was here I learned about something called confirmation bias. This is where we tend to believe things that reinforce our existing hopes, beliefs, and expectations. And we tend to ignore anything that contradicts them. And I saw that happening in real time. The one more thing is supposed to be just a teaser card. I heard Isabel's going to show up and it's going to tease a card Animal Crossing coming out.
Boom! AC that early. That'll be incredibly exciting.
I think this might be legit.
It was so interesting to me after learning about this to see people say the words, I choose to believe this.
Metaphor Refantasio is one of them. Totally believe it, and that's a great one.
Why? Confirmation bias. We see it all the time. People clinging to fake COVID cures, UFO sightings based on blurry photos and videos, believing the earth is round despite overwhelming evidence that it's flat according to one guy I follow on Twitter. In all of these cases, people ignore the facts that contradicts their views and instead celebrate anything that enforces them, no matter how silly or flimsy it may be. People aren't always searching for the actual truth. They're looking
for what it is they want to hear. And that's when I learned about something else. I went on such a deep dive. I took this very seriously. I almost ran out of room there. The illusory truth effect. Am I saying that right? Illusory truth effect.
Illusory.
Illusory. I said I learned, not that I got smart. This effect
Sounds
is
like
where
me.
the more you
Just
hear
pronounce it.
something, the more likely you are to start believing that it's true, even if it's not. It seems so obvious. Maybe it's just something I've never thought about, but yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens online all the time. Think about this video and everything we've gone through so far. What I said was taken and it was put on Reddit. And then from Reddit, it was shared on Twitter. Still not calling it X. Then it was shared to news sites. From there, YouTubers made videos. And this isn't just a progressional path, it's also a cycle, because from here, it kept spreading back to Twitter and back to YouTube until it blew out of control and my name wasn't even being credited anymore. And now it was just an anonymous leak. I didn't actually have to write that word. It just felt like it needed more impact. And if you were online seeing all of this from multiple sources, the more that you hear something, the more you believe it. Heck yeah. Oh no. Oh no, people are getting excited. I'm sorry. I swear it's for a good cause. At least my intentions were good. All of these people were repeating what I said. Without verifying it, by the way. That's a side thing, and that should be obvious. One way that all of these outlets and articles and YouTubers and everybody could be better about not spreading misinformation or fake leaks is to maybe verify with the leak, especially when it's as accessible as I am. My DMs are open. So you know how I was worried that I was tainting the experiment by being the one to leak it because it was me. So of course people were going to believe me. There's actually a name for that too. And that's authority bias. You can still read all this, right? It's getting a little chicken scratchy. If someone you trust says something, you're more likely to believe it without questioning it.
His videos get millions and millions of views. He's got nearly 2 million subscribers. So this is probably one of the most reliable leaks rumors that we've honestly gotten in a long time.
The largest Nintendo content creator in the world. He says he knows a Nintendo Direct is happening. People are going to pay attention, not just because he's really large, but because he doesn't do this.
Think about when you were growing up, right? And your parents would tell you anything and you would just believe it. Like they told you that like Rover went to go live on a beautiful farm. And you were like, okay, well, I hope Rover has a nice time. Or like when Elon told you that it was just a regular salute. But because my words carry a lot of weight, that puts a lot of responsibility on me to be careful with those words, which I am. I am. 100% of the time, I promise I am. This is the one outlier because I had a dumb idea for a video, and I am so sorry. There is one more bias that applies to what happens when a leak spreads, and it's called effect bias. This is where people base the truth on how it makes them feel. The emotional response they get from what they read or they see or they hear will affect whether or not they think it's true. Not on how accurate it is. It's quite simply just a feeling.
Why would I buy the Nintendo Switch 2 when I have a perfectly good Switch here at home? I guess a YouTuber said that there's a potential leak for new Animal Crossing for the Switch 2. Oh. I've actually always been a fan and a supporter of the Switch 2, and I can't wait to buy it.
I really hope this turns out to be true. I believe it would be really exciting to get an Animal Crossing game this early into the Switch generation.
It seems fitting. Let's hold hands and manifest because this could be our time, Animal Crossing fans.
If the headline makes you excited or angry or hopeful or scared, the more likely you are to share that headline, to run with it. That's why YouTubers are more likely to make their video title YouTuber leaks new Animal Crossing coming 2026 rather than unconfirmed rumor suggests possible upcoming announcement. That one doesn't make you feel much. And then we click on it. We click on the clickbait. We always do. And we hate it. We hate that we do it. But we do it because it makes us feel alive.
It makes us feel. And in this case, the case of my fake leak, it was the feeling of excited and hopefulness that made this go viral. Whereas this video is probably more likely to affect people in that way, which I'm very nervous about. In fact, that's me. This is all of us right here, the 4 emotions that we're all feeling. This very fact, this affect bias, it applies here directly to Animal Crossing. It's why my leak blew up more than if I had said something like a new Chibi Robo game was coming out, you know, because then I'm relying on Eugene, the one Chibi Robo fan, to spread this leak for me. And you can't go viral with just Eugene. Recently, a lot of people have been feeling like an Animal Crossing is coming and possibly even really close to being announced. So when I said one was, they believed me because they wanted to.
The Animal Crossing tease for 2026, getting us that franchise far earlier in the life cycle than Switch 1, which to me, like we can talk about this more later, but to me, giving it to us that early means
when feeling right is more important than being right. That's affect bias. Researching and learning about all of this psychology and biases, it's not a journey I expected to go on when I decided to lie on my podcast, but it also is the biggest revelation I had on this weird, deceitful journey. I've said multiple times in this video that I am very sorry and that I regret doing this, and I am and I do, but this experiment quite literally could not have happened unless somebody lied and then tracked it, because it couldn't have been a real leak. If it was real, none of this would matter. People believing something that's fake, that's what was important here. And now we can look at this and we can know exactly how and why our brains activate when we see leaks, so that moving forward, if we see something else, we can maybe better identify if it is real or if we just want it to be real. While it's easy to blame YouTubers and people on Twitter for posting and resharing and commenting on these leaks, it's also our own personal biases that makes them spread like wildfire. And the people resharing them are also just people. While it's easy to write them off as just a YouTuber wanting views, they're also a human being that are experiencing their own biases to what they are hearing, getting hopeful and excited and wanting to believe them as much as you do. It just so happens that they also have a platform to share their thoughts, ideas, and opinions on. And if you're clicking on those thoughts and ideas and opinions to have your biases confirmed, you're as bad as they are or as good as they are. I mean, to err is human. To be human is good. We can all fall victim to a fake rumor if it's something that we really care about. So it's not like we can beg the people that post leaks, fake or otherwise, to pretty please just stop doing it. I mean, that's never going to happen. Well, I already mentioned that you could try to verify the source, especially when that source is so publicly available. But that's not always possible. And it also doesn't always mean that you're going to get a reply as soon as you want to make a video. So instead, in the same vein, let's take a look at how my leak was described online. In fact, throughout this video, I've actually been intentionally referring to what I did as a leak. In fact, I think I've said the word leak at least 50 times so far, and none of you probably even batted an eye, because that's what I did, right? I leaked something. Except I didn't. I can't tell you how I know. Do with this information what you will.
How do you know?
I can't tell you. I just said I can't tell you how I know. I don't know how much of that is true, and I never get information. I'm skeptical. Don't take my word for it. I didn't leak anything. I mean, yeah, because I was lying, but that's not what I mean. I didn't show any proof of anything. I didn't reveal anything real. Even if I had a real source, which I didn't, it would have been me just spreading a rumor. A leak is something much more tangible, more real. Like, you remember when the photos of the Switch 2 shell and design and motherboard and everything go posted online from the factory? That's a leak. Or like when footage of The Last of Us 2 gameplay was circulating online well before the game released. That's a leak. What I did, it was a rumor. And if you think I'm just splitting hairs here, I'm not.
I really do feel like definition is important here. And I think all of the news journalism articles felt the same way, because all of the articles and even the Reddit thread, and even when Stealth covered the Reddit thread, they all used the word rumor. But every single YouTuber said it was a leak. And I want to be clear, I'm not blaming anyone, because before this experiment, I would have 100% done the same thing, because I didn't really understand the difference in the definition. I never really thought about it like that. But that's where fake rumors become fake leaks, and you accidentally end up misleading the public. I'm really not trying to call anybody out here, because again, would have done the same thing. But I do think this is a key moment here. And it's even reflected in Nintendo Prime's comment section, with one of the top comments echoing exactly what I'm saying, that we need a clearer distinction between what is a rumor and what is a leak. Especially so when I feel like so much of the original context has been removed. So I don't know how much of that is true. I'm skeptical. Don't take my word for it. All of that context got lost in that Reddit thread, and they think, well, if it's a leak, surely he gave proof. Surely there's a reason why all of these people are talking about it online. And I'm going to let the illusory truth effect go to work, because everybody is echoing what he said, so it must be true. So let me suggest this. If you're covering a story or you're talking about something that you heard, if there's no proof or evidence of the actual thing, let's call it what it is, a rumor. Let's save the word leak for when something actually leaks, like my kitchen ceiling recently. Got a big hole in it now. That's a leak. This one simple shift could stop a lot of misinformation from spreading online. So I guess what I'm saying ultimately is, if you're out there and you hear someone say, oh, did you hear that Wood lied about a fake leak? You can say, no, he didn't. He didn't. He lied about a fake rumor. And that's better, maybe. I want to be clear that this whole experiment is not about stopping speculation. It was about recognizing the difference between a leak, a rumor, the truth, and also just trying to learn how leaks and rumors spread. It's fun to talk about games, to speculate, to get hyped. And honestly, we need more of that and less of all of the junk we have to see and deal with every single day. But maybe after this video, if you see another leak or rumor online pop up, you can ask yourself, do I believe this because it's true, or because I want it to be?
Hello, that looks a lot better than mine.
That's all right. You don't normally do camera?
No, I don't. And I honestly can't see why they would lie about this at all.
Well, it's really nice to meet you.
Yes, it's nice to meet you too.
But I wanted to call you because I wanted to be honest and open with you specifically about the fact that I lied.
Okay.
I had an idea for a video that I'm working on. I feel so guilty about it now. Like, I really regret the whole thing. But the idea was I wanted to spread a fake leak and then track how the leak spread online, so that I could find a way to stop fake leaks in the future, because I hate that they ruin everything.
Right.
That was the intention. Right. Your reaction specifically, saying things about how you don't know why I would lie about this, and that you trusted me. And so I wanted to apologize to you and the entire Animal Crossing community, because that was really the thing that got hit the hardest by this. That was really what made it all go viral, is people just so excited for Animal Crossing, and that was the biggest reaction.
That's true, yeah. Obviously, I can't speak for the whole Animal Crossing community, but I mean, yeah, I was definitely skeptical about the leak. I remember saying in the very first video I made about it that I trusted you and I think you're a good source. What I tried to say is he isn't the leaker himself. He got it from a source or such. I guess that's what the post on Reddit was suggesting anyways. So I did say, you know, it's always good to be skeptical about leaks, because well, yeah, things like this can happen and you don't know if they're true. I accept your apology.
Oh, thank you. You don't have to.
I'm sure I can understand where you're coming from, because leaks can be really frustrating, and the whole sort of leak culture behind games, you just never know. Really, I suppose that's kind of my biggest takeaway. Leaks aren't guaranteed to be, real. They could be, but you know.
I mean, that was the whole point.
It'd be kind of crazy if they suddenly came out and actually did a Nintendo Direct next month or something, and that was the last thing.
Would you like to predict when, so we can pass the heat off to you?
From what I know of Animal Crossing release timescales and stuff like that, I would say no later than 2027. No insider info, just pure vibes from me.
Well, I love your vibes, and I appreciate you taking my call. And yeah, I appreciate you hearing me out.
I appreciate you at least owning it and coming out and saying what's true rather than sort of passing it off and saying, oh no, they said this or they said that. You know, I think it's better just to be honest at the end of the day. Even if people are upset, it's always better to be truthful, really. So yeah, that's what I would take from it.
My intention was always to come clean, and it was. Even now, I could just say my source was wrong and I made a mistake and I'm never going to trust them again and pretend like it was all a lie. I could do that, but that's not the video. That was never the point. The point wasn't to actually lie in the end. It was to be honest and to tell the truth and make this video. The video's over, if you couldn't tell. But there was a couple of things I did want to say that I just couldn't find a good spot to add them into the video. For anybody that still doesn't believe me that the whole point of this was that I hate gaming leaks. I had this Zelda Switch 2 weeks before Nintendo even revealed it. Before people even knew if this was a real thing, I had it in my house. But I didn't say a word. I didn't leak. I literally, this would have been a leak. But it's not mine to leak. Also, and most seriously of all, I want to give a big apology to Mayor Ren.
I will hire every single Etsy witch I can to put a curse upon you.
Please don't put that Etsy curse on me. And if you do, sucked in. I already bought my own Etsy protection spell. And I said, I need a protection spell to protect me from other possible incoming witch spells. So I've Yu-Gi-Oh! Trap card your spell in advance. You can't get me. Please don't do it. I'm scared of spells.
I will note, he wouldn't be a witch, though.
Mm-hmm.
You might have bought the wrong protection spell.
Yeah.
I was scared even buying this. And it was only $8.
Yeah.
But I do promise you I will never lie to you again. And if I do lie, I'll be honest about lying eventually. Eventually the truth will be out. Eventually the truth will come out, and it'll be through my mouth for the first time. So you're welcome.
Wood said on Nintendo that the next Direct would have Animal Crossing news. The f does he know?
A great end. I do.
That is a great ending.
That ending is great. All right, guys. So thoughts on this?
I think what he did was fine. My gripes with the video is I don't think he needed to go into the whole psychology of it. I don't think it was needed for this video. There's other places and other sources if you want a deeper education on that side of it. And I don't think he offered like a solution, like was kind of like pitched like, hey, I might have a solution to prevent this. I don't think he offered, listen, I don't think it's that big of a deal. He's responsible for his actions. At the end of the day, the majority of the heat's going to land on him, no one else. He's accountable for making up the story. I think he should have just presented it as like, yeah, I trolled you. I wanted to make a point, because the reality is that people are very gullible. Unfortunately, so people are very gullible, and obviously people are going to get their hopes up. People are going to get let down. At the end of the day, if you ran out and bought a Switch because Beat 'em Ups said he heard there's going to be a Direct and Animal Crossing is going to be there, but he's not sold on it, that's on you. That's how I feel. But I think he, I don't know. I think he made it deeper than what it was. I think the fact of the matter is, guys, you should treat any sort of rumor or leak that you hear about online with a grain of salt. And I think that should have been the moral. Like, look at how easy it was. I made a mention of one thing. It exploded like a wildfire. People are gullible. I lied. I take accountability. Be mad at me if you want. This was an experiment that I wanted to try just to like prove a point. And yeah, I don't know. Does this bother anyone? This did not bother me at all.
Slightly, but not like the chat seems to just be going absolutely nuts.
Oh, the chat's been going nuts.
Really?
This whole time. I've been reading the chat.
Yeah.
There's lots of back
What-
and forth.
There is.
Really? Are they pissed or are they?
Some are pissed, some are understanding it. So
Yeah.
it's like a war in the chat right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's his lie that he did as a social experiment that he made a full video on, explained his reasoning. Any anger and blame is on him. He's not putting it on it. And I've never talked to beat 'em ups. I've seen a few of his videos over the years. He seems like a really nice guy. I don't really know that much about him. This is just like it is unbiased as could be from my perspective.
Sure.
I think like people are going to be mad and that's on him. I don't think he threw anyone under the bus. Yeah, you're probably going to get people that are going to come on and be like, "Oh, what an idiot. Can't believe you fell for beat 'em ups, yada yada."
Yeah.
But
So
big whoop. I just don't think I don't think he should have pitched like, "Oh, I may have found a solution to it," because I don't think he found one. And even diving into the psychology, which I don't think he needed to do. I think he could he could mention
thought that
authority
was-
bias and that sort of stuff. But
Yeah, I think he thought that was the solution, that if you understand these things and you recognize them within yourself, that maybe
but no
you
one's going to.
Yeah, I know. In general, the
No
internet's
one's
not going to. I mean, that's just an obvious thing.
Yeah.
And
I
obviously,
think
the
Go ahead.
thing is, it gets mixed in with like real leaks as well. Like Nate the Hate, totally validated. He said there would be a direct after Bonanza, and he didn't know if it would be a partner or a general, but he said it would be a heavy third party focus. And he speculated to be the last week, and he was right.
I just have a quick question. Does beat 'em ups have a history of correct rumors or predictions?
This is the first time he's ever. Yep. But
even more reason. And I understand the level of his success on the platform. I get that. And I understand that that's why it spread like wildfire. But I mean, even people like Jeff Grubb, who's had sources, who's gotten a handful of things wrong. People doubt him. That guy's got a number of things wrong in the past. Even Nate the Hate. So
I think the reason, and I'll just talk from my own perspective, right? Because I was the first YouTuber on the scene. I was even before the Reddit thread. I think the Reddit thread came into existence while I was editing the video. So I showed it. It didn't really matter because I put the full clips in from the podcast. The reason I covered it was that one, he's never done this before, which is normally a sign not like there's a lot of first timers out there that I don't report on. You'd be surprised how many things come across that I just don't say. I'm like, nah, man, this guy's got a record. He's a random, but he's not a random. He's nearly 2 million subscriber YouTuber, the biggest one in the Nintendo space that just Nintendo. And I'm much smaller than him. And I've been to industry events like he has, and I have contacts. I know people that tell me things sometimes. And if I do, it's possible that he has this whole time and just never said anything before.
Right.
And that context sometimes goes missing because, we don't talk about who our sources are ever, right? Like it's just, it's just not what we do. The stuff that I'm told, I don't put out there because they don't give me permission to do it 99% of the time. So I just don't even bring it up. So that also helps with like content creators like me that know that it's entirely like, we know he's been to E3. We know he's been to PAX. We know he's at too many. We know he's constantly around game developers at all these events. So, and he's a really big YouTuber. And I'll just throw out there, setting aside the big YouTuber thing, it's also that he's also been kind of a wholesome YouTuber.
Sure.
And so when you have this reputation that you've been building trust, and you've talked about mental health as an example, he did huge fundraising for that.
See, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, it builds a stronger connection that people are going to be like, hey, he's not just a really big YouTuber. He's someone that we won't lie to people like this because he cares about their mental. He was not going to do this to people and freak them out. But as some people noted, and I should have noted it in my videos, this isn't the first time he's kind of done one of these pull a fast ones. Well, he didn't leak the Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 edition that he had early. He did pretend to have it early with a 3D print thing he got off Etsy and a fake box. And he let that go viral for a couple days before he revealed that it was not real, that was a fake box and fake thing. So it's not like he hasn't done like that troll before, but that one didn't really have a purpose other than he wanted to troll and have fun. This one was done more with a purpose, and he let it go for a month. Like, he didn't say anything for a whole month on like trying to debunk it or anything. I'll just give a couple quick takeaways because I did make a video on this, but I did take it down, and I'll tell you my personal decision why I took the video down. It's not because I'm afraid of anything I said in it or any of the criticism or any of the things that I learned. I took down that video because me and Beat 'em Ups have been talking in the podcast. I'm not going to reveal anything that's said. That's between me and him. This isn't like the little bit of DMs I showed him. I think there's just old stuff that was just general, him apologizing to me for not shouting me out for a donation back in 2020. Who cares? I didn't care about any of that. That's the reason I wasn't talking in just Twitch chat. I didn't want people to really put a focus on me. I just wanted to show support, and I bought one of his t-shirts. In fact, I got it right here. Right? Literally. That was the conversation, was about a piece of merch that I bought of his, and he felt bad he didn't shout me out. I'm like, you don't have to do that. I didn't do it for a shout out. And this was shortly after he had done a charity stream raising a bunch of money for mental health and depression. So like, I was just like, hey, I wanted to show, I donated to that stream, to the cause. I also wanted to show him support later, and buy a piece of merch and give him a quick donation on Twitch. Wasn't a big deal. But then he didn't talk to me for a few years where I was trying to get a hold of him. So I was like, why didn't I because he said his DMs were open. And I'm like, they are, but he hasn't responded to me for a while. So like, my thought process is he's probably just not going to respond if I would have reached out to ask him, hey, you have a source on this or anything. So I didn't reach out. But the funny thing is, after I published my video, then I reached out just so randomly. I said, you know what? It's been a couple years. Why don't I reach out and ask him quick? Hey, do you want to have a conversation about this privately or as like a collaboration video? As like, you're someone very, very much against the leak and rumor culture, and I'm someone who covers it and contributes to it in a way, right? So like, I think that might be like a really good conversation just about the whole topic in general, right? And even if we just want to keep it private, I said, and this doesn't have to be a video, although I think it's a cool video idea. And anyways, I'm not going to say he did respond, and I'm not going to talk about, we went back and forth for a little bit. There'll be further conversations, but one big thing he pointed out, and people made me aware of this after I posted my video. I didn't realize he did an episode of the Nintenbyte Podcast today as well, because I was busy all. So he actually talked about this on his podcast and gave further context. And at least according to what he said to me, apparently he was actually praising how I handled the coverage, even though my title had leak in it. And he wished that more people would have did that. And I was like first on the scene, and I didn't fall into the trap of repeating a Reddit thing. Yeah.
That's why I mentioned that while we were watching the video. Like, you were quick, you had your like accurate sourcing, you covered it with the correct context.
But I do have to say this, and I haven't seen it yet. He told me the timestamps and everything. I'm just going to watch the whole episode. His show's only an hour long, so I'll just watch the whole thing. And who knows what's going to happen in the future, if we're going to make that video or what's going to happen. I have no idea. But I was wrong because I reached out and he did respond. And I noted in my video that I didn't think he would, and then he literally did. So that's my bad. I said something in the video that apparently would have been completely untrue because I didn't even attempt. So that is me misrepresenting him. And I don't want to do that. Misrepresent his character just because it's been 2 years since I attempted to reach out. No, he would have responded. So that's number one. Because he might have let me in on the whole thing, and then I wouldn't have even said anything, right? Or at least told me that no, that this isn't worth talking about. It's just I'm just talking bullshit. I would have been fine, cool. I won't say anything. But regardless, so I felt bad about that part of the video, and also that there's that additional context that he talked about. He said there's more than just what he said. There's just more about the situation you need to watch in the podcast, and you fully understand it more. And I said, okay. So I took my video down because I want to see the additional context, especially since I had that one thing wrong. But I got to say one thing about the video that I put up, and one thing I did learn from this whole process. I am making a change at the channel, and what I said in the video still stands on this. He's right. I used the word leak when it wasn't a leak. I immediately called it a rumor in the video. I've done this several times, and I'm not dumb. I know the difference between the definition of leak and rumor. And I said this in the video. I use the word leak because it gets more views. I'm not going to hide from that fact. But the thing is, when he showed the context of all the other videos doing it, that's kind of why. You see, one, my audience is older and smarter, and they watch my videos because of the context. So they knew it was a rumor, and this is why the last 24 hours, I wasn't getting flack for him being wrong. I really wasn't. Almost hardly anyone was attacking me for beat 'em ups being wrong, because my audience is older and they watched the video and they had the full context. However, there is this thing to say about contributing to this culture of calling things a leak on YouTube, because I knew everyone else was going to call it a leak, right? I knew everyone else was going to do it. And I'm like, if everyone else is going to do it, their videos are going to get more views than mine if I call it a rumor, even though rumor is the correct thing to do. And I personally don't trust a lot of other content creators to give the context and post all the clips that I did. So I was like, well, if my video can become like the most viewed video of this, then at least the people will have the context that they actually watched my video. So maybe this will help a little bit with the explanation of what he actually said. That was some of my reasoning, but I do this a lot because I do believe that I provide really good context, and also that my audience is old enough and actually watches my videos, which is why I don't get as extreme backlash when this stuff isn't true. But the bottom line is it does get more views, and all of us content creators know it. I don't know if all the content creators conflate the word leak and rumor. Like, they don't really understand if there's a big difference or not. Beat 'em up said he didn't know before he really dug into this. So that's true for other content creators as well, because the internet kind of treats them the same, right? If those terms feel interchangeable at times on the internet, and I know that, even though I know the difference. So one thing that it made me realize, especially because he used so many clips of my video specifically, and I think he did that intentionally in hindsight. After I watch his podcast, I'll know, because he wanted to show, yeah, even this person had that little bias because of who I am, but then also didn't say I had a source, didn't say, like, didn't go as deep as some of these other people did. I feel like I have a responsibility as a bigger content creator now that I don't think about very often, because I'm a 150K plus YouTuber. And there are a lot of these other news channel content creators that watch my stuff. And when I'm using the word leak and I'm the first on the scene, everyone else is going to do it. And because I'm so quick on the scene, because this is my full-time job, if I use the proper context, not just in the video, but in the title and thumbnail, maybe I can mitigate some of that use of the word leak. Because it really sounds like he was fine if people use rumor, because that's what it was. And it's fine. And he even said it's fine to have that discussion about a rumor. Like, he's not poo-pooing discussions on rumors. But getting it listed as a leak when it's not a leak and it's a rumor, and rumors are meant to be doubted, it's in the definition, is important. And it's funny because I've talked about how much context matters, and here I am taking that context away from the viewer immediately in the title. Like, I'm almost going against my own standards. So I do appreciate that this video made me think about that deeper and be like, I know that means I'll probably get less views than some other content creator that maybe doesn't present the news as well and then puts the word leak. But also, what if I use the word rumor and then another content creator that would have used the word leak uses rumor? And then the overall impact is that people end up getting proper context for it, even if I'm going to get 10,000 less views or something. So it was kind of a realization I had, because obviously as a content creator, and this being my job, the job is to drive views to your videos, but I don't want to lie to people. And I think I fully believe that I make good content, like with a lot of context. I don't think the editing is the greatest, but I think the content I provide and the context around the news is really good. And you got to play the game. But sometimes playing the game went a little too extreme. And I knew that people conflated leak and rumor so much that I kind of just started to think it wasn't that big of a deal. But now that this happened, and it's not like this is the first time a fake rumor, I think all the Samus Hunter ones in the past got spread and used the word leak. And me realizing that I'm not a little tiny channel anymore. I kind of like how I feel like he has a responsibility to decide not to lie to people. I have that responsibility as well to make sure that, hey, I can't help if other people use the word leak, but maybe over time, people will more lean into my channel anyways, because I used the word rumor and I gave the proper context. So that is a decision that I decided today after watching his video that I'm going to do. That I'm only going to use the word leak when it's like there's tangible physical proof, that we can see with our own eyes, and or a company admitted they got hacked or something, instead of just, hey, Nate the Hate said there's going to be a general direct this month, so title, oh my gosh, the next direct just leaked. No, that's not the right title to use. A rumor, new general direct happening this month. Something more like that, which is still an eye-catching title, but someone's going to run the other league title, and it is what it is, and they're going to get twice the views. But over time, I think people might start to lean more into the channels that are reporting on it properly. Even though I'm doing it correct in my content, and that comment he showed on my own video, it kind of resonated with me because I don't always read the comments, or I skip over some of the comments with the most likes. And my own community is telling me, hey man, great video. Just substitute the word leak for rumor like you did in the video. Like you knew not to use the word leak in the video. Yeah, you're right. So one thing I appreciate about his video is he gave me that greater context. Like, even though I don't think he needed to go into the psychology as much, I appreciate him going into that psychology because I think that psychology applies to the content creator and how they title their stuff. And maybe if I don't help contribute to that, and instead just, this is what was said, here's who said it, and it's a rumor, which is that's what I do in the video, but the title as well. So I do appreciate it. So if anything else, I appreciate this video exists. I appreciate this experiment because it's going to change a little bit how I do my titles and stuff moving forward. And as for anything else that he said on his podcast, that I have no idea. Maybe I'll comment on that later. Maybe there'll be a conversation he and I have later. We'll see. Stash, what are your thoughts on all of this? Because, you were sitting back eating and enjoying the show. Curious what you think about this whole thing. As someone that we basically talk about this stuff here on the show. Like, that's the thing. We do talk about rumors and leaks on the show all the time.
Yeah. I would say that I'm unbothered by all of it. I don't take it personally. I don't put much weight into it. I don't have really any emotion about it. Sure. I'll be honest, I can't remember like the details of the rumor. And I said in my chat too, but I don't rely on rumors, right, to form my opinions, my speculation on what new games are coming.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I use logic. I always have. Long before I was ever even thinking about YouTube. You can go back as far as probably 30 years ago when I'm reading Nintendo Power and I'm reading interviews about Zelda, right? And I'm trying to read between the lines and use some logic and infer what might be coming, down the pipeline. So yeah, Gamebird said it, like, this is on him. This is for him to own.
Yeah. And he's owning it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's probably getting a lot of shit. I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Like, I know when I looked at his comment section, it was mostly positive, but that's because those are his most avid fans getting all the likes. I'm like, yeah, but I know what that's like. Your most avid fans get all the likes, but you're seeing all the content creator. Those aren't the comments that stand out. It's all the shit talkers underneath it. So
yeah. And look, I'm old school, I'm old. So I am by default old school. I've never been a fan of...
acts like he's an elder.
I mean, 40.
That's not you just became a man. Yeah. You just became a man. You're not an elder
40
yet.
And I'm a very old soul. I always have been.
Yeah, there you go. Old soul. That's better. That's better.
Top of that.
RC Cola and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys can't see, but right below the bottom of the frame is like a whole pile of Ben Gay.
Icy hot.
Yeah.
Full stock icy hot.
Yeah, right off to his left. He's not full screen right now. I actually think he came in with a walker before the show started, and he's sent to the
again, like, I'm bothered by it. there's a lot of opinions. Obviously he admitted to it. He owned it. That's an opinion out there. There's an opinion that he kind of led his flock astray, and he's got a pretty large flock. And you lied to him for a social experiment. There's a lot of opinions, right? And I think they're all valid ways of looking at it. But ultimately, right, for me, big picture, again, I don't take it personally. I don't rely on anything he said to form any of my thoughts or opinions, and I don't do that with anyone. That's just how I am. And lastly, I really just don't believe at all in the cancel culture, society that we live in. And I don't think this is something that I say, screw this guy. I don't want anything to do with them ever again. And I don't believe in that at all. So, I'm not upset. And I'll say this: I also don't watch this. I don't watch this stuff. I live under a rock. I didn't know who he was until, what are we in, July? It might have been earlier this year.
Yeah, June we talked about his rumors.
Yeah.
June 21st. We talked about his rumors on the show. And I know that you were at least I don't know if you knew he ran the Nintendo podcast.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was a Nintendo ambassador.
Behind the scenes, we track stats and everything. So
Yeah.
there's the Nintendo podcast is the number one Nintendo podcast in the world viewership wise. So
Yeah. I don't know his story, right? I don't know, and I'm not here to judge him. That's not what we're here for. So ultimately, hey man, it's on you. You deal with it. I got nothing to do with this. I'm unbothered. I'm moving on.
That's why I wanted to get your thought on it though, because I knew you were someone that really wasn't going to care. You don't know him. I've been watching him for years. You haven't. So for me, I have a connection as a fan, and it felt a little weird being lied to for an experiment. But he also is the kind of person that would do that. So it's because he really just hates leaks, and he just really hates it. And then I guess he got to that conclusion at the end that I can't stop it. Like he wanted to find a way to stop, and he goes, I can't.
But listen, I don't know. I really am extremely unbothered by what he did. I honestly, surely beat 'em ups knew that by doing this, by lying to the audience and letting this play out and documenting all these moving pieces and parts and the way your lie is twisting and spreading, you do that knowing ahead of time that you're going to ruffle some feathers. You're going to upset some people.
Yeah.
People are going to feel betrayed. People are going to hate you. People are going to want to unsubscribe. You do that knowing that. Now, if he presented this video like this is unfair, or acting like in shock, like I can't believe, people are lashing out at me, then it's like, okay, dude, come on now. But at the end of the day, I think to me, it was kind of a fun troll. I do think people are really gullible. I do think that oftentimes people don't do their due diligence. And I think this is just one sector where this little experiment exposes that. And I think it's good that he's owning it. I think he should continue to own it and be like, listen, guys, if you're upset, if you don't want to follow my content anymore, totally cool. This was a little passion project. This was an experiment I wanted to do. And I am sorry that I betrayed you. But this was a passion project. This was just something that I just, out of, whatever it is, morbid curiosity in general, you just wanted to do this experiment and prove a point. And I think he did prove a good point. I mean, I remember the podcast, Nate, where you brought this up. We watched the clip. From what I recall, none of us really ran with this. I know I didn't. I can't quite remember your guys' thoughts on this.
I talked way too much that episode.
I didn't run with it, but I'm kind of like Thunderstash in that, like, I love hearing like you know, what insiders are saying. I love hearing these stories because I love Nintendo games, and it's always fun and exciting to speculate of what might come or what could be. But I take everything, even when it's from Nate the Hate, you know, someone who said a lot of us put Baldur's Gate 3 on our bingo cards. That's something that Nate the Hate mentioned a long ass time ago would be launch window Nintendo Switch. I'm not mad about that. People get stuff wrong, and you should take, regardless if it's someone that you really trust, you should always take anything with a grain of salt unless you hear it from Nintendo. Obviously, when someone has a very proven track record, that gives more credence to be like, okay, we might have something here. But I don't know, Wood clearly said in the video, I'm skeptical. To me, that's enough of a nugget, and a clever nugget, to plug into this experiment and be like, I never said I had a source. Obviously implies one. Never said it's a very trusted source or a proven source. Just I know this is happening. I can't say how I know it, and I'm very skeptical. I think there was enough meat in there. And again, like I said earlier when we were watching it, it's telephone, man. Happens every day. Happens on the news. Happens on the schoolyard. Happens at home with family. It happens everywhere. I think.
Yeah,
when
you this experiments many times in different forms.
When he went into like all the people on like social media spreading the rumor and talking about it, but not sourcing or saying where it came from, I was like, yeah, I know. This literally happens every time. That's why I think context is so important when I talk about it. Because, like, yeah, this stuff spreads like wildfire, and half the people spreading it don't have any idea if this is reliable or not reliable, or who even said it for context reasons. Like, there's so many times like a 4chan rumor will pop across my feed, but people don't realize it's a 4chan rumor because it got spread by like 15,000 people. And I'm like, yeah, I did the digging. It's a rumor from 4chan. I ain't talking about it. You know, like I made that mistake years ago. I'm not doing it anymore. I know better. No, I ain't covering it. I'm good. Eric, what was that big reaction over there for?
That's that show. You can't be skeptical of your own lie. You know it's a lie. It's just not being skeptical of his own lie.
Oh, okay.
The skepticality is part of the lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to see if that context was going to get spread or not, or if it would just be completely eliminated. And he was right that it got eliminated in general by most of the spreading.
Yeah. But it was there. That's why I'm giving him props. I'm saying just own it. I don't and again, I don't think he needed to do a deep dive on the psychology. It's cool. I mean, that's cool information to have in a video. I don't think it was needed. I don't think he offered a value. I think the biggest failing of the video is that there's no solution. You know, in the video, there's no tangible solution. I was like, oh wow, we figured we cracked the code.
People just stop spreading fake shit.
Right, which is never going to happen.
He said that in the video. Like, people are going to keep making shit up. Like, that's you can't. That's the real solution. But like,
you know, it part of it, to me, part of this obviously was not planned out very well. It was kind of a drop of a hat. Just thought about it and went with it. You know, it wasn't planned out very well. He definitely should have sat down and, you know, this is what I'm going to do here. These are the consequences that I could see. I think the timing of this video is actually bad in a way. It should have been done probably a week ago or 2 weeks ago. You know, let it run for a little while, but get that out that you're lying before the direct happens.
Well, to be fair, he didn't know a direct was happening.
Realized that, but I mean,
just to be fair,
the other things that
I think his entire plan was to wait till the end of July because he said July.
I get that.
Yeah,
but here's the other thing that I don't think also didn't help him is that when Nate the Hate comes out and says it, and you know, people that have, you know,
they connect them together.
They all of a sudden people connecting him together with the people who actually have had things right.
Tap the Backlog has said it. Nashville has said it. Nate the Hate has said it. Remember Boone Beat 'em Up said it?
Right.
Yeah.
It starts getting connected with that. So I think if he would have cut this off a little bit earlier, I don't know if he would have seen the backlash he saw or is seeing. He probably would have gotten some, but I think the timing of it.
I will defend.
the other,
I will defend the timing of it because I think he wanted to wait till July was over when it was very obvious.
But he
that
doesn't
was
need
wrong.
to.
But I think
I
think he wanted to because the rumor was spreading without him, meaning people wouldn't watch his video who knew the rumor. The rumor might still get spread anyways because people didn't know it was from him. Like that was part of the video, that people didn't know it was from him. And now that we got to the end of July, it's definitively known the rumor was fake, no matter where you heard it from.
We knew it was fake like a day and a half before
we knew it was a day.
Yeah,
before the 24 hours before.
To know it was fake a week before or a week and a half before, I think would have been better timing. Yes, other people may not have known that it was from him, but to put it out there and get it out there, I really think that would have helped him before we knew that it was fake by being proven that there was a partner showcase, not an actual Nintendo Direct. I think that part of it made him look a little bit bad. And
that's more upset about this than anyone. Well, maybe Alyssa's really upset.
I'm not upset.
Yeah, we got to get Alyssa's thoughts.
Yeah.
I was looking at the link in the chat. Sorry.
I'm actually rooting for Wood. I gotta say, I think it took balls, and I think just accept the consequences, roll with the punches.
And I will say,
it was
the best way to do this is when you are a super big content creator, because your career is not going to be over making a move like this. And you guys remember when John from Good Vibes Gaming did the same thing, but he did it with a fake Twitter account just to see if people would pick up on it, and it did get picked up on and started getting posted everywhere. And he came out pretty quickly after like a week.
That's not a good vibe.
Yeah, no. And he was trying to prove, because he was so sick of people like Samus Hunter, like these no names coming out of nowhere and everyone's covering them, and I was guilty of it too. And that's when I learned my lesson then, that hey, when it's people I don't know or anything, like I'm gonna wait for things to happen before I ever cover any of it. But that was a lesson to learn about covering completely unknown strangers anonymous on the internet. This was a different lesson. This was a lesson about, no, this is a known person. And he even admitted, I could have got out of this easy. Just said, well, I guess that's a source isn't very good. I'm sorry. But that wasn't the point, as he said at the end of his video. Like, the point was to come forth and admit it. But like, it's, someone, but put it this way, someone could be that nefarious with a following and fake having sources. Someone could do that. Someone might be doing that right now for all we know. We just don't know. So it's kind of interesting to think about, especially when I think about, I'm not going to name any content creators because I don't know if they have sources or not, but there are a lot of content creators that claim to have sources that don't show any evidence of anything. They talk about how they were shown something, but they don't show it. And I understand this, by the way, as someone who knows a few game developers, that like you can't really reveal any of this stuff anyways. But also because of that, anyone could be making up anything and just be getting lucky.
Yeah. I am friends with multiple developers at Insomniac. I don't cover PlayStation on my channel. One of them is a very good friend of mine, and no begging or pleading gets me any juicy information. the most I'll get is like a wink if I'm like warm on something, but he will not spill
a new
anything.
game, right?
Like,
wink, wink.
Yeah.
You're doing your job, right? No.
And will the game come out in the next 5 years? Wink. Ah, cool. Yes, got something. But yeah. Also, for anyone that feels bad, like when people do share information who have real sources, like Nate the Hate It, I think it's proven at this point he's probably does know some develop. He at least knows Modern Vintage Gamer, who's a game developer. I will say that the sources are the ones with the legit people, or I should say the people that are more trustworthy. Notice how Nate several times will say he's not going to say anything if they don't give him permission to. Like he's waiting for permission to say things. That's important. Like the sources know that if they tell like someone like me that I could say something, that it is an inherent risk that they could somehow get discovered. So that's a risk that the developer takes. I never feel bad when a developer tells somebody they can say something because the developer knows the risk. So I'll put that out there. You know, because some people say, hey, if you even told something, you shouldn't say anything. Well, if the developer wants it out there, you know, they know the risk. So I will say sometimes I do wonder if some developers just want to watch the world burn as they're leaving a job. I do wonder that sometimes too. Hey, I'm about to get laid off with all these industry layoffs. I'm fucking getting fired next week. Let me just dump everything I know on someone quick. I do wonder if that's the thing that ever happens, because there's so many layoffs. I couldn't even blame them if they did do something like that. Like, I know they could get them blackballed in the industry if they were discovered, but what if they're leaving the industry, right? Like, because they're like done with this bullshit, you know? the industry, the AAA industry has been pretty rough to work in, especially in the West. All right, Alyssa, we haven't had any of your thoughts on it. So, hey, bring us that female perspective on leaks, rumors, and beat 'em up's lies.
Well, somebody in my chat mentioned it to me like when I was wrapping up my stream, and at first I was kind of like, well, that seems kind of like shitty to like make up a lie about it directly. Why would you do that? And then I didn't realize he made this whole video, and as we were watching it, I actually found it like really interesting, because I find like human like psychology and like just the way like we operate in general and like biology stuff really interesting. So I thought it was interesting. Like, I found it fascinating to see how fast the narrative can change and like trickle down, and how he all of a sudden wasn't even being mentioned anymore. Now it's just, this is a leak, and he said it's not even a leak, it's a rumor. So it's just interesting to see how twisted the internet can make things.
That was part of that problem with the leak word. Sorry about
I understand why you did it though. Like you said, like everybody else is gonna do it. You're trying to make a living. You want to get the clicks, but I appreciate.
I'm also at a size now where maybe I don't need as many clicks.
Yeah.
And try to set an example. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, people are still gonna do it, because the bottom line is it does get more clicks. I'll tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Any content creator out there, you put leak in the title, you're getting more clicks than I am, and that's just the way it is, and I know it. So it's hard knowing that I'm, gonna let these people put that false narrative out, or they might not even have the full context, and they might keep calling it a leak in the video. And it's like, oh, but if I could be at the top viewed one, at least they'd have the context. But no, like someone's got to try to change it. And not every content creator did put leak in the title. It was just a lot of the more well-known news channels were doing it. So, because again, that's the game. YouTube's a game of clicks, and you're just trying to get people to watch your video because you think your video is good. I get it. It's why sometimes you see my titles like, hey, more new Nintendo Switch 2 news just dropped. I'm like, yeah, it did drop. Are you going to be excited by it? I don't know. I'm excited by some of it, but you might not be. I don't. But people want to click. They're curious, Yeah. But at least that's not a lie. So it's a lot different than intentionally. Like, I do feel bad about intentionally using the word leak when I know it's a rumor. That's why I don't use the word leak in my video. So yeah, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna try to make a moral stance and change that moving forward. Just like when I called out people many years ago for not putting sources in their description, like linking where they're getting information from, because it was very frustrating as a viewer because I couldn't verify anything they were saying. And then if you're covering a rumor and you didn't put a link, you can't follow even if you put the Reddit thread, at least you can follow the trail and eventually get back to beat 'em ups. When you don't even put the link, you start to become liable for that rumor. Because now it's a trust me, bro, because they heard it from you and your video is the one that's going to get spread. That's why you didn't put the link. So your video gets spread. That also means you're on the hook. You can't be like, well, it wasn't my rumor. Well, it doesn't matter. You didn't tell people where to find it. So anyways, all right.
Can I finish up my...
You have some more?
Yeah.
Go for it, buddy.
Yeah.
Told you you're mad.
No, I'm not. I'm not mad.
I do appreciate him like feeling bad about it, though. I will say.
I'm razzing you, Eric. I'm razzing.
I know. Yeah, no, I'm not mad. Does it suck to get lied to? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, whatever. But God damn it! I'm trying to.
There's like 12 broken pencils in front of Eric right now.
It's burning up over.
No, it's more of a. It at the end of the day, it sucks. But then again, he who has yet to sin may cast the first stone. So everybody makes mistakes. That's where I was going with it. And people who were saying, oh God, look at it, he's laughing, he doesn't mean anything. Sometimes when people are put in awkward situations or like stressful situations, they laugh. It is a normal human reaction
mechanism.
It's a normal human reaction that some people have.
People laugh to being in pain.
Just because he's laughing does not mean what he's saying. And so that's where I was going with that part of it. It's nervous laughter, exactly. Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't know what personally. I would like to assume. I assume everybody's a good person. Damn it, Thunderstash.
What?
You giggling? I know what the hell. Yeah, I know. What
I
know.
No. I'm reading a comment in the chat. I was reading your boy.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Hannah Montana thing. That made me laugh. I wanted to shout that out.
I said I didn't know Wood personally, so I thought you were laughing at that.
No.
You would laugh at?
Oh no. I know.
I know you would have. No, I know you would have. No, I know you would have.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I don't know him personally, so I'm not gonna. I like to assume everybody's a good person until they prove multiple times that they're not. And so it's one of those that I just choose to hopefully see the good in people.
Well, this is the way I look at it when people do this, because again, he's done a troll thing before with like the Zelda OLED Switch and stuff like that. Maybe something about having to switch too early. Those are just things we're seeing publicly. I don't know him as a person.
Right.
Literally, the DMs we just had during our show are the most he and I have ever chatted, ever. Never met him. Never bumped into him anywhere. Never had an in-depth conversation. So the most in-depth conversation we've had. And I think it's because we're both passionate about this topic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's good. I think some common ground could be found in there somewhere. So I'm hoping that the conversation continues in future days, even if everything just stays private. I appreciate it because I feel like I'm getting to understand him a bit more. And that's why I'm gonna keep things the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I took down the video.
Mm-hmm.
Not because he told me to. That was never. In fact, when I told him I took it down, like, what do you mean you took it down? Yeah, he didn't want me to necessarily take it down. I took it down because I realized I might be misrepresenting things a bit now that I'm getting more context that maybe I just didn't feel like I had at that moment. That being said, let's go ahead and get to the super chats. Attack the Backlog says, give me Kronos and the rat game.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Hella. Gonna have a hella good time.
That's a mouse. It's Stuart Little.
Yeah, get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little sequel that we didn't know was coming. It's Ninja with the $5 Canadian. Says still so many third-party games on Switch 2 backlog. Can we please not give the big AAAs for September's direct? Just let the floodgates in. Please not save them. Yeah, I mean, look, opening night live. I just mentioned, Nintendo's at Gamescom, so maybe opening night live, Nintendo's saying, "Hey, put the logos in. Let's go. Let the floodgates go." We'll see. Yeah, I mean, we literally don't know what's going to happen, so we'll see. I can tell you right now, I don't know anyone who works at Nintendo. I know some former Nintendo employees. They're called Kit and Krista. They're nice people. But they don't know jack shit. At least like things going on inside Nintendo right now. Janky Kong. Square Enix made Mario Hoops. Would have been a great way to end the direct. Look, if they could have just got rid of that other Hoops game and ended with Mario Hoops, that would have been sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Hoops game we needed. If we were going to go arcade style Hoops, that's what we needed. That's what we needed.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Neptara says, anyone who's complaining about this direct clearly doesn't realize the potential of the games that were announced today. Those games look sick, especially Elliot, Age of Imprisonment, Monster Hunter Stories 3. FFT was what? Final Fantasy Tactics. Yep. And then Octopath Traveler. I had to think for a moment. That's a Final Fantasy Tactics. And then Octopath Traveler 0. Yeah, absolutely. There was a number of great games in there. Some of them we might have already knew about, but still. There's a lot of good stuff in there. That's why I ranked it as a B. Like, it was just a lot of stuff I'm going to be playing. Andrew Persla. Why'd I pull the Beat'em video? I think I've kind of addressed that already, so we'll move on. Jotaku, remember that Switch 1 went through a similar process. We had directs where they kept announcing 3DS titles and everybody was getting annoyed by that. Yeah. Remember the Metroid game that came out, the Hero Switch ones? A lot of people were like, why is this on Switch? They're still supporting the 3DS? Samus Returns. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. Sushi Striker. Hey, we did get that on Switch and 3DS, to be fair, but you know,
cool. Forgot about that one.
The game actually was kind of neat. That was the thing. It totally was a game that should be on a phone. Nintendo, I don't know why you didn't do it, especially at this point. Port it over to phone.
Because they have dignity.
They have dignity. Good games can exist on phones, Gamebird. Just no response.
Snake.
I want to say fuck you, but I'm not going to do it.
Snake on the.
That's what Beat 'em Up should have
The
said at the end
Motorola
of this
brick
video.
phone.
That would have been
Dude,
great.
Snake on the old Nokia phones. Oh yeah, that was legit.
Oh
that
that
great.
was classic.
It was a great time.
Screw that on the old calculator.
Yeah, I was going to say the calculator game,
The TI-85s.
the TI-85 games.
Eight,
That you
eight,
weren't- that you
eight,
weren't supposed to have.
Right.
8008.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
Classic.
computers still have what was it called? Minefield.
135.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
A
Let me type-
Minesweeper and Minefield.
What was
Jesus.
135? Was it?
Minesweeper.
It's
Was it
still
Hope?
there.
I was adding to
I don't know
the
if you call them.
8008,
Yeah.
making
135.
it plural.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is it still
More
on
than
computers?
How do we remember that stuff?
No.
Been decades.
Solitaire is still there. No.
Right.
No Minesweeper on my computer.
What about
download it from
what
the
about
App Store.
Ski Free? Ski
What?
Free?
Oh yeah.
Ski Free
Yeah.
was the shit with the abominable snowman.
Yes, it
I,
was.
I have a Ski Free full long sleeve button down like Oxford dress shirt that is
Jeez.
literally Ski Free on the entire shirt.
Did you just have everything? I'm just going to assume that there's a collectible out there for a strange game. You have it.
Probably.
Pretty much what I had with $20 is I'm happy for people who like this direct. The only games I am buying from this direct are Pac-Man World 2 Repack and Age of Imprisonment. The rest just was not for me. I'm hyped for the next general direct though. Yeah.
Cool.
That's a good attitude to have.
Both games look a lot of fun.
Good way to pack it in.
Heck
Man.
Very good. 60 FPS Switch 2 patch, Dragon Quest 3 remake in Japan direct. Yeah, we talked about that. We brought it up. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's out right now, by the way. Literally right now. If you have Switch 2, go get it. Free update.
Do I start with DQ3 or do I wait for 1 and 2 and play
3.
numerical
3 is the
order?
prequel to 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's why I asked these questions.
Yep.
That's going to be a purchase for
I
me.
haven't played it yet, but that's why I bought 3 because I know I need to play it before 1 and 2.
By the way, guys, if you haven't played Throws of the Watchmaker, the Sea of Stars DLC, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal so far. I'm only like 2 hours in, but it is a amazing first impression.
And I'm going to say this. I know my video's not done and I'm sponsored for the video, but just as someone who's never played Yakuza 0 ever or any Yakuza game, oh my God, play it, guys.
My man.
If you like mafia
word.
story with crazy wackiness and beating people up on the street,
Dude,
I love
80s
beating
Tokyo.
people up on the street.
80s, dude, it's
80s Tokyo. That should sell you right there.
I love street fights.
wild.
Yeah.
It is wild.
Is everyone like smoking a carton of cigarettes in the game?
Like, at first I got a little frustrated that I couldn't walk
That's
into every
80s
building.
Tokyo.
And then I realized, but if I walk over here, this cutscene's amazing. And now I'm kicking the shit out of some bum on the street. You know what? I don't care that I couldn't walk into that random building. I'm good.
That's fun.
It's great. It's a great. I mean, look, they believe it too. It's the best starting point for the series. It's a prequel of the main character and stuff. So, anyways,
It's on sale. Gamebird physical Amazon $34.99 right now. eShop selling for $60.
I have multiple copies of Yakuza 0 right now.
No, Dragon Quest.
Oh, Dragon Quest. Okay.
DQ3, Dairy Queen 3.
Dairy Queen 3.
Eileen Ulick says Mario and Luigi game, but it's like a Haze-like game. Okay. Good idea.
That is a good idea.
Taker 610. Didn't John Cartwright formerly of Nintendo Left? Yeah, that's the one I was bringing up. Already do this with the Waddle Dee Knows. Yep, that was the one, the Waddle Dee Knows account. But that was done with an anonymous account. He wanted to try to prove how easy it was to fake being an insider with a fake Twitter account at the time that it was like there was like a flood of them. You had Zippo. Anyone remember Zippo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zippo, Samus Hunter.
How did that end up panning out for John? I'm not familiar with this.
People
experiment.
applauded him for it. because he was just because no one had really at that point exposed just how easy it was to become a fake Twitter insider. There was a few other ones back then as well that I don't even remember anymore because they're so irrelevant today because they were so full of shit. I literally some of my old videos. I'm sure I could find them, but yeah, I applauded it too. I thought it was a great experiment then. But that was just showing, and teaching lessons about anonymous sources that you don't know shit about. Beat 'em ups was obviously going in the other direction where this is someone that people do trust, but doesn't do this. So how easy is it to spread? Venny, the fundamental problem with all of this is that this will not do anything. It proves no point because this has already been done before. Nothing has changed. The whole thing is just done for attention. I don't think so my thought is I don't think he did it for attention specifically. I think because based on what I know from his content, watching him, he really hates leaks and rumors and pays like no attention to them. So when they come across his feed, it kind of annoys him. So I don't think it was for attention. I think he had a thought experiment he wanted to run. And maybe he didn't fully think it out. Maybe he did think it out and it just went in a way he didn't expect. I don't know. But I will say that it doesn't change anything. You are right about that. I don't think this what he did is going to actually change literally anything. I mean, it made me not okay. It changed one thing. I won't use the word leak when it's not a leak. But is that going to change the overall landscape? No, I don't think it will. I'm hoping if it even gets one YouTuber to stop doing it besides me, cool. But I don't think it's going to change it. It's going to still spread like wildfire all over again. Tall Show says, does this mean Samus Hunter is more credible? God, hold on, where's my button?
Here she comes to wreck the day.
Oh God. Okay. Then we have this person just doing super stickers saying, "Hey, how's it going?" He did 3 of them in a row. King Frost did 3 of these, 3 of the 4.99s. I'll just show them all quick. They're just going to be the exact same thing. Thank you so much. Do appreciate the super sticker. He said for some reason he can't super chat, but he can super sticker. Sounds like a bug, but thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. TARDIS came in here with the 5, says lost hope for Animal Crossing 2026, but maybe a teaser for the 25th could happen next year or something. I also hope to see more of Tomodachi Life in September. Yeah, Tomodachi Life is next year for Switch. Mm-hmm. We got to see it again at some point. We'll see if we see it in September. They could wait to talk about it till next year. Animal Crossing, look, it's going to come eventually. When? Don't know, but I mean, it's too big of a series not to come eventually. I'm kind of like with that Crossing Worlds content creator. Gut feeling says no later than end of 2027.
I know when Animal Crossing, the next one, is going to drop. I can't say how. I know, but I'm skeptical of it too, to be honest. But
oh God,
Animal Crossing is, from what I know, set to drop next summer, and will be shown in the September Direct. But I can't reveal, and I'm very skeptical.
Is this a leak, or is this a rumor?
I didn't say it was a leak. I'm just saying.
I thought you said it was a leak.
I know.
So it's a rumor or a leak? Can I put in the title it's a leak?
Well, first off, I'm not saying I have a source. I didn't say that.
Okay.
So,
but you're confident.
Do with it what you will.
You're confident.
I'm skeptical.
Okay, so you're confident then.
Nothing else. The video is given a very entertaining segment in this show. King Frost did a super sticker again for $3. Thank you so much, King Frost. Calypso Dawson said he had the Zelda Switch 2 weeks early. He told the story in the podcast today. Yeah, he mentioned it briefly in the video that he had it 2 weeks early. I don't know if he ever talked about it publicly until the podcast story, but he did a fake leak with it that wasn't the real thing. Well, he actually had the real thing. But he made sure, I think the entire fake leak stuff was just based off stuff that was already on the internet rather than what he had, which was kind of interesting. I'll have to listen to the podcast to see if he goes into the full story on that part of it as well, because he didn't actually leak what he actually had. So Window 7. What are your predictions for a Mario 40th Direct? There will be games.
Mario. There will be something Mario.
Yeah, I don't think we need to die. That's a whole topic on its own for an hour conversation. So let's just say if a Mario 40th Direct gets announced, we'll talk about it then.
I'll give a prediction.
Okay.
I like to. And this is based off of not a source that I heard. But there is, I can confirm that we are getting a Mario 40th anniversary Switch 2 Pro controller. So
shit. Guys, tomorrow, Insider confirms.
I have no sources.
But I got the quote already. I got the clip. I can confirm.
Absolutely, and I'm very skeptical.
No sources. Just leave the I can confirm part. Oh man. Joycey coming in. Age of Empress, Final Fantasy Tactics, Elliot Octopath, Monster Hunter Nate. I need advice on my mod salary. There's no mod salary. My mods are not paid. Not until I'm a millionaire. That's when they told me they will demand payment. When I become a millionaire.
It's kind of like we're the Millers. Wait, you guys are getting paid?
Yeah. it might be how many years till all my kids move out?
Yeah, right.
And even then, may never happen. We'll play the lottery, my mods. Go play the lottery then. We'll get this payment in quick. I need an advance. I need an advance too, let me tell you. So we can just wipe out.
We should just send the mods some scratchers every Christmas.
There we go. Yeah, you guys want some scratchers? We can do that every Christmas present. You never know. We're giving you an opportunity to be rich. Have a little windfall. No, maybe we'll buy you a Powerball ticket.
Anytime I go to a white elephant, I always do the scratchers. You get like 50 in scratchers. I felt really bad one year. Everyone was battling for the scratchers. There wasn't a single winner.
You know what I bought for the white elephant? I think it was last year. Was the Lord of the Rings Smeagol game.
Oh hell yeah.
Like the worst game ever. I always buy the most effed up stuff.
Oh yeah.
That
is.
And then someone will get it. I'd be like, oh dude, you should totally play it.
That is
play it when you get home.
You tell me, it's one of my top 5. It's in my top 5.
I got it for like $5, I think, on Woot. It was $4.99, I believe. Yeah.
And
I'm like, oh, this is such a great gag gift.
Oh my gosh. All right. We have a $10 super sticker coming in again from King Frost. Thank you so much for the support of the show. We do appreciate that. Okay, so can I even hide that? It's not even let me hide it now. What are we doing? Go home. Go home. You're drunk. There we go. We got it. Jeez. All right. Let's go around the room quick. Let me know people what we got going on. There's another one. Yeah. Oh, there's another one. Jeez, you guys are not going to let the show end. Michael Lorenz. I forgot there was a podcast tonight, just like Brian forgot the ending.
Yeah, buddy.
You almost made it the whole show. Almost.
Thought I was going to make it. I thought this close. I was this close to not getting that show. Oh, okay. All right. I think we're safe now to go around and tell people what we got going on and where they can find us and all that stuff. Let's start with our guest, Sky Sword Alyssa, as I'm sitting here trying to cut the outro right now, but the audio is not loading on it, so that's fun.
Nice.
I'm literally like, I'm trying to get the outro cut, and there's no audio, so I don't know where to cut it.
I'm Sky Sword Alyssa.
We're just gonna go with that. All right. Anyway, sorry, Sky Sword Alyssa.
Sorry, no, you're good.
What's going on, and where can they find you?
Here on YouTube, it's Sky Swords Alyssa. I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but next week I'm going on vacation, so I won't be streaming next week. I did hit over 300 subscribers last night, so thank you for all the people that came over and subbed.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone. And one of my mods asked me what I would do for that, and I asked for suggestions, and a suggestion was a 24-hour stream. So I will have that planned. At one point. I don't know if it'll be I don't know if it'll be one whole game. Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
streamed Twilight Princess in one sitting. It took me
Look
like
how
21
dedicated
hours. It
she
just
is,
took my
guys. Go-
time, did what I did.
Go subscribe to this woman right now. What are
Right.
we doing?
Jeez.
She's more dedicated than I am, and she's got 300 subscribers. What is happening? You ain't getting no 24-hour stream from me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll
Wild.
be one whole game or like multiple games. I haven't figured that out yet. I think I'm gonna do a poll, see what the people
want.
think. What the people think. You want one game or you want multiple games? But yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. Everyone go subscribe to Sky Score to listen so you can
thank you.
at some point.
Support.
Yeah, 24 hours.
Thank
That
you,
means
thank
in between my content, there's time to watch.
Exactly. While you're
Uh,
waiting for Nate to drop his video, come hang out.
Well, I can confirm, but not, I'm skeptical that I might be in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jake.
That'd be cool.
Jake Randall.
Yay!
Hey, Jake
Yes.
Randall. He's been dealing with being hacked. He got his channel back. This is his official channel because he's a mod on my channel.
Hey, welcome back,
We're
dude.
being so happy for
Yeah,
you, man.
right.
I know you've been through stressful 48 hours. Stressful 48 hours losing the YouTube channel. He got hacked, lost his channel, lost his Twitter. Nice to have you back, Jake, man. Shout
It'd be
out
so
to
wild if that was the hacker donating to. I like scamming.
Yeah, you didn't text me.
Yeah, right.
He did text me. Okay.
It's beat 'em ups.
Yeah, right.
No, he said
It's
I got
beat 'em up. He's all addicted to the lie.
Wait.
Hold on.
Jake,
Well-
did they hack your phone now though? That's the thing.
Jake can text me.
But they could have hacked the phone.
Yeah, but I guess my name's on the screen.
Yeah, right.
You don't know who I am. Oh, wait.
Anyways, all right. Gamebird, tell people what you got going on and where they
How
can
we
find
doing,
you.
folks? You guys can find me here on YouTube at GameBird Classic and on Twitter at _Birdmaster. I got a lot of Nintendo content planned. It's been a busy week, but I'm ready to deliver, my friends. I'm also brainstorming a new sketch. I've got an idea for a temporary outro, so I might actually do that over the weekend. So we have
Oh, cool.
a temporary one for
did a super rough
next
cut.
week.
I just did a super rough cut.
But folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the support I've gotten on my channel and the love. The channel's grown, quite a bit. I'm almost at 2K, guys.
Yeah, right.
So
Let's
let's help Sky Swords Alyssa hit that 500 mark, and then get her to the 1K, then the 15K, then get her up to the 2K mark. Let's give me the 2K mark, folks. I'm right there.
Yeah.
Right on the
What are we
tip.
doing? If you're not subscribed to the Birdman, don't
Right
wait
on
for
the
the Yakuza video to go subscribe. He's getting shouted out in that. Don't wait for that video. Do it
Yeah,
now.
Don't wait. I'm right on the tip, my friends.
You
know what
better
that
be. You
feels
better
like?
be at 2K before that video drops. It drops next week, so you better be there. What are we doing?
Do you know what it feels like to be dangling on the tip?
I gotta say, I've never been on the tip, so I'm not sure.
Feels good, my friend. So check me out. You know where to find me.
You kind of got me bricked up. I don't know if it's because of Jake Randall's back or
Well,
because of
dude,
the tip. I'm not sure.
Simmer down, bro. Yeah, cool it. You're at a 10. I need you at a 7.
But the 2-inch destroyer's back.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's Jake Randall. The 2 inches back. So
we think.
Yeah, it's true. I haven't seen the video call of him actually. He hasn't uploaded a video yet. Hey, you're right. Yeah, this could all be fake. So he's just saying he's beat him up apparently. Yeah. So I have no confirmation with video that this is actually Jake. We'll see. Hopefully he does a video update letting people know he got it back. I'm sure he probably has that in the works for tomorrow or something. Taker, there's a rumor going around that Nate pissed himself off later. He clarified that was a leak.
That's good.
I
like that one.
That was good.
What do you got going on? And where can they find you?
I got nothing going on, but you can find me here. Clip. Oh yeah, you can find me here and on the Clips channel.
That's the same.
I mean,
or dress like Toad at PAX.
The Toad head is.
Yeah, you see the giant Toad, the giant Nintenbyte logo. It's Eric. Just come up,
dude. I
Just
got
come up.
I got a great idea. You just gave me a freaking great idea. Oh, cool. Hell yeah.
Well, you're the one that do whatever. You go you go wild and crazy,
the Toad head is bought. So
there we go. Well, it's only
good.
$17.
Yeah,
so.
something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend a little bit
Sure
more.
it gets here. Shipping delays. Who knows?
I can't wait to see in that Toad hat.
Saturday. It'll be here by Saturday. So it should be here. Wait, what you say, Stash? Sorry.
I can't wait to see in that Toad hat, man.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's even better.
This is
I have a
great.
great idea.
Eric, real quick before we go over to Prime, give us your best Toad impression. I would like let's warm up.
God.
Let's see.
Oh God, I don't know if my voice is ready for this.
For the fans, my friend.
Oh God,
Get the people what they want. Come on.
I know.
And remember, you can dig really fast. That's one of your skills in Mario too. You can dig through the sand faster than anyone.
Pretty goddamn fast. Yeah, right. Oh God.
Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. All right, that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
There we go. That's what we're talking about. This was destined.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
Apple challenges that entire day you're wearing
Oh
a
fuck
pack.
no! I am not.
Your throat would hurt so bad.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah.
You got to be like,
Yeah, right.
Prime, maybe don't do Toad impressions anymore.
Toad's voice is great, dude.
just remember that Eric can be found in the sock drawer.
Sock drawer.
Can be fun in the shock drawer. Yep.
Along with a copy of Titanic.
That or he's getting the dirty.
That's in
or
Nate's drawer.
laundry now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The dirty.
Depends on the time of
Can you
day.
stop talking about the tip?
No, Titanic.
Titanic.
The tip of the iceberg.
The tip of the Titanic. All right. All right. Stuncher stash.
Tip of the
Yeah.
iceberg.
So I'm working on my review for Eartheon. I was playing it right before the podcast. Should have that out tomorrow. That's the goal. Ninja Gaiden, have it download it. Should be starting that right after this review goes out. And then I got Shadow Labyrinth to play and review. And then Michaela and I are going to play Mario Party Jamboree TV and check that out. See how it is on Switch too. Might be leaving out of the game. There's a lot going on and there's a lot coming out.
Yeah, a lot of
And
stuff.
dude, the amount of games that are coming out from the time we leave for PAX to I think September 12th is like 14 games. And I'm like, oh gee, like what the fuck? How? Like how? You know what I mean? Like, how do you cover that? It's a lot.
Are you guys bringing your Switches to PAX?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Okay. I was planning on bringing mine, but like,
Like, I want to still game while I'm there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how busy we're going to be. I've never
It's like
done
not
anything
bringing
like
my
this.
cell phone.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be in the hot tub and Stash is just gonna be on the side being like, yeah, I could get in, but I'm playing Dragon Quest right now.
What the hell?
No, knowing Stash, he's gonna have like an epic like accessory that you can play your
it
Switch
might be
to
his
underwater.
it might be his
He's like, yeah,
portable-
I'm reviewing this in a month.
Yeah, I'll just use the
You take your
cooling
Switch in
fan.
the pool with you.
I'll have the cooling fan that they gave me while I'm in the hot tub. Try to offset the heat.
He's got a hat on that's got a built-in battery bank, so he just plugs it in.
Puts the projector up there and just
Right.
shines it at the hotel.
Yeah, right.
We could. I think I'm going to bring the projector.
I had a feeling you were gonna bring the portable projector just in case.
Dude, it's small enough that we can.
Yeah. All right. Before I do anything about me signing off, I want to remind everyone that hey, we have partnered with PAX West to give away 5 4-day passes. I'm dropping the link in the chat. Yeah, if you guys want to go enter, that'd be great. It's a 4-day
drop it
pass.
in.
We're $255 in, I guess, cashola if you had to buy them separate. So if you happen to live in the Seattle area, you want a chance to win. I don't even know how many entrants there are right now. I guess I can click and look at it here. We have 572 entrants right now. So there's 3 days left to enter. So literally, the names should be drawn before the next podcast episode. I probably can't announce anything publicly about it. I think that PAX said they were going to take care of that for me because it involves like real names and stuff. So I think they said they were going to handle that. But yeah, you got 3 days left to enter. I'll probably mention it, in a stream or two over the next 3 days. Give you guys, some opportunities to get those free passes. Don't pass on the free passes.
Yeah,
PAX is a lot of fun. Yeah, I swear, if the 5 people that win this don't try to meet up with us. I don't know what was the point.
Then I'd feel used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would too.
Who's using me, PAX or them?
Feel dirty.
Both. They're both just using. Anyways, yeah, guys, I'm Nintendo Prime. I am working on a Yakuza 0 video. I can actually talk about something that's not news. Working with Sega on that. I'm pretty excited about it because I've never played before, and now I already had it bought. They gave me an extra copy anyways. What they don't know is that we're going to celebrate the launch of that video and give away their digital copy since I didn't need it. So that's going to be fun. And I'm going to, I'm really looking forward to that video and getting it done. And I'm hoping that they approve what I'm trying to do, because the way they wanted me to do it, I said, hey, you're trying to appeal to people just like me who's never played. Let me talk about it as a new player. Like, let me go from that side, because I think I can connect with some people on that who have maybe thought about it and never given it a try, heard good things. Maybe they were turned off because they don't like reading subtitles with Japanese voice acting or something. Well, hey, this game can get rid of that barrier for you. It did for me. So lots of reasons that maybe you want to play this one in addition to being portable and play it anywhere you want. So anyways, looking forward to that video. And yeah, news. I already have like a bunch of news gathered from the last 2 days. Because I've been trying to get a news video that hasn't happened. So I already have like a ton, and there'll be new news tomorrow as well, as there always is. So
you got any leaks?
I don't think so. Not right now. Hold on. Let me go with the leaks and rumors Reddit quick. Let me go there quick. Yeah. Got a leak for you from Wario64, actually.
Okay.
He's claiming, and he's got video evidence. We can call this a leak. There's visual proof that Yakuza Kiwami for Switch 2 will have a physical edition.
Oh, Snapples.
I said that at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah, I know you did.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
You did say
I wasn't
that.
sure if you meant the key card version.
However, they don't know if it's going to be a key card or not.
Yeah, we don't know that.
So, like,
it doesn't
it's not
say
really the news you want. It's not really the news. It sounds exciting when you read the headline, and then you look at it like, okay.
It's on their website.
Yeah, it's like a nothing.
It's not a leak. Yeah, you just have to go to their website.
It's a nothing burger. It's a nothing burger.
Their own game.
It's a nothing burger because they don't confirm what it is. So it's literally a nothing burger. Oh, this is one 8 hours ago. It's not about Nintendo though, but it is a leak.
That's okay.
Wait, let me correct myself. This is not a leak. Sorry, we're getting rid of that leak culture. It's a rumor from Nate the Hate. More Sony games are coming to Xbox.
I saw that.
There you go. That's it. That's all it is. He didn't name it what the games were yet. He's getting annoyed if you read the thread. He's getting annoyed that people they're trying to pry games out of him. He's like, I'm not doing that right now.
Now, guys, to me, that's logic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't need Nate to tell me.
Yeah, it's logical. Well, that's what's nice about so Nate the Hate stuff is it just kind of makes sense, anyways.
Yeah. We've already talked about that. But yeah, for sure. No, yeah, it's always fun.
He's done that twice now. It's great. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was the Nintenbyte Podcast, Season 3, Episode 10, 2 episodes in a week, a rarity until the next Direct. Let's go ahead. Well, this is on a Wednesday. I don't know what they're going to do the next Direct, I suppose. Or do I know? I can neither confirm or deny.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical. But I know there's going to be a future Direct. All right, guys. See you later. Peace out. Oh my God, that would be so bad. I was about to play the intro instead of the outro. It'd be like, well, we're going to be here for another 3 minutes. All right, here we go.